Morning, Shal. Good morning, my brother Mike Knight. So let's get ready. Let's share out the page. Coming up in just a little bit will be the announcement from George Ting. So we're getting ready. It's supposed to be coming up at the top of the hour. So we're going to be going to George's. We'll be going to George Ting in just a moment in regards to that aspect. So good morning. Hey, Larger Putts, good morning. Rowena, good morning, Shelley. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, darling. Happy Valentine's Day to you. So good afternoon, one and all. Good morning, good afternoon. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to one and all. Like I said, we're getting ready for the CSM announcement. George had made a post saying that it's going to be announced today. And I'm just getting us ready for that. So good morning, one and all. Good morning, one and all. Large up each and every one of you. Thank you guys for locking in. Let's make sure and share out the feed. Good morning, Tina. Just trying to, I don't know, feeling a little under the weather this morning. I don't know if that's from Lyman late. But all right, here's what's everyone. Let's share out the feed. Like I said, good morning, Rishi. Good morning. Good morning to Derek Mirage and the crew out in the NYC Delta 1. Large up each and every one that is locked in. So good morning. And like I said, we have very shortly is going to be the announcement of the winner. Good morning to Sitaram Kisoon. This is good morning, my friend. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you very much. Good morning, Auntie Gita. Happy Valentine's Day to each and every one of you. Thank you guys for the Valentine's greetings. Large up each and every one of you. So we're getting ready. Sitaram, going out to my mom. Love you. Happy Valentine's Day. So, ladies, good morning, Miss Lalman. Good morning. Ambikar to my sister, my big little sister. Happy Valentine's Day, dear. Happy Valentine's Day. I gotta say, tomorrow is my sister's birthday out in Ohio. So happy birthday going out to her tomorrow. So, like I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, let's make sure, let's get this shared out. So, good morning, one and all. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning. So, thank you, Sharon, Miss Sparklewati. Good morning. So, as you guys see, I'm trying to get this feed shared out. So, let's make sure, share it out. Tag someone. We're going to get ready. George is saying at the top of the hour. So thank you guys for sharing this morning. So how's everybody's morning going? How's everybody's Valentine's? Everybody's Valentine's and stuff like that. How's that been going? Sitaram, Mr. V-Ram, Sitaram going out to you. He says, Sitaram Allen, thank you very much. Hey, Marissa Gyal, happy Valentine's Day. Going out to my Chatterbox family. Larger, my brother from Sprinkles and them is locked in. Good morning. I know Kesh is probably busy. It's probably ridiculous for Kesh out there. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, but large up my Sprinkles family. If you guys are looking for any last minute gifts and you're living here in South Florida, make your way down to Sprinkles. That's located on McNabb. Hey, Sunil boy, is you, man? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Cat, large up Vic. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So, like I said, we're getting ready for announcement time in just a few minutes. As we had said earlier, well, you know, just 10 hours ago we was here, right? 10 hours ago. So, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, one and all. So here's what, let's make sure, like the page, we're getting ready. And we're going to bring that announcement coming to you guys soon. So tell me, guys, let's get a little bit of feedback. Let me run one of the first performers last night's song while I share this out. I'm trying to get this shared out. Good morning, Amanda from Guyana. So my boy Wesley saying, last minute roses and treats available for pickup 7938 West McNabb Road, North Lauderdale in the Walmart Plaza. So make sure and go and check out Sprinkles. Check out Sprinkles. Ah, yes, 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 yes. Everybody's anxious. So am I. Chum King. Lord. Come on, Louis Chumkey. Good morning, Ishana. Shashri, you wake up, boy? Jennifer, that is correct. The anticipation is crazy. It's insane, right? This is, I think, to me, this is probably one of the longest waiting periods. So if we're anxious, imagine the artists and them that had performed, you know. Voting closed this morning at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Trinidad and Tobago was at 6 in the morning. So, yeah. So good morning to each and every one of you that's locked in. Let us know, let us know, let us know. How you feeling? How's your Valentine's? Shosh, you looking for a Valentine's? Lord, I'm at a loss. Like I said, I'm trying to share this thing out. Let's get it shared out. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you to all that's joining us this morning. Like I said, as we're getting ready for our CSM announcement, large up George Singh. Also want to say condolences going out to George Singh and his staff. There was a gentleman by the name of Puru, and that was George's stage manager, integral part of the competition and everything like that. So That's what. Here's what. I'm gonna bring in one of my brothers here. Uh-huh.
Woo!
Woo! Is you, boy?
Yes, I'm dressed in red for Valentine's Day.
Look at that. Happy Valentine's Day, brother. How you doing? How you feeling?
Um, as bad as this may sound, and I know it's not true for the next couple of years, I gonna be single forever.
Now, my boy was supposed to join us last night, and unfortunately couldn't make it. They got tied up and stuff. He was at the live party and thing like that. So, Randy, give us your take.
Let's just say that last year I had the experience to actually experience the stage for the very first time. This virtual experience was a whole different experience from what it was, but I have to say that bigger names, bigger performances. If you thought the semifinals were good for some of the individuals, wow, they came very, very strong last night. And the element of creativity was a very, very big part last night. I have to say, even for the first timers, I can only imagine that win, lose, draw, everyone had a great performance last night. But at the end of the day, man, they came strong on that aspect. Like, I personally don't like singing through a camera, so I can only imagine the pressure that these artists had. And what's even worse is that the females actually had the pressure of having to figure out who was a queen after 25 years. So they had to come twice as strong in order to get that. So,
All right. So, Randy, since you're on, one of the things that that I was saying last night and stuff like that, as we're seeing and everything like that, there's a humongous Guyana for the win and this and that and the next thing and whatnot, right? So I'm not going to put you between the Guyana stuff and whatever, right? But my thing is that, and as you know, as a performer, it's not a popularity contest for the song for the year. Everybody gets reset when it comes to the final stage time. That it doesn't matter what end up happening. Before, if your song, like I said, the Guyana crew has 6-7 million views and all of that stuff like that, but everything gets reset. Now they go in front of judges, so you have to hit on those different criterias of presentation, vocals, originality. You know, now with the text voting, usually it used to be the crowd response and stuff like that. Am I correct in what I'm saying, or is this going to come down to the 6 million views and that song of the year?
to be honest with you, neither of the four Guyanese artists have given me an egg ball, so I'm not gonna. I can't pick any of them up because I was looking forward to that egg ball. But one thing I will definitely say, from the semifinal performances for all four artists representing Guyana, the finals, they definitely came above and beyond, because I believe that even being on that stage for the very first time, not knowing what to expect, they brought their best in the semifinals, but each and every one of them brought above and beyond. And you could see the confidence levels will rise, the performance and their aspects of everything. And to be on top of that, they still were, how would I say it? They still were respectful enough that even though they had the capabilities in New York and Guyana to do a full-blown Trinidad like last year performance, they still were able to, keep themselves in run with Trinidad, because I know Trinidad is going through I think the COVID protocol, so they couldn't do as much as they normally do. So you definitely have to give them that. Like I said, once again, not being biased right there, but the New York production, like I said, we did a virtual record during the summer. The same team was used. The quality is amazing. Guyana, like I said, came as well with Chutney strings, and New York with the RML band. But as I say, competition is a competition. It's what's happening at the moment on the stage. They brought their best. Trinidad brought their best. Like I said, it's really up to the judges now. And just like everyone else, I'm just as anxious to hear what it's about.
That's what everybody's waiting. We're all waiting. Hey, large up with girl Cherish Raghunandan, that's on the inside and stuff like that. I think
She wake up?
Cherish did a phenomenal job. She did a phenomenal job. I'll get to Cherish in just a second, but as everyone is talking and things like that, in your honest opinion, do you think Guyana did more in regards to the presentation of like Stinky and GI and them to be crowned a king or queen?
To be honest with you, like I said, I think GI's performance last night was amazing, but that again comes with experience. That comes with the goal of knowing that he's king, and like I said, every king will do everything he has to do to protect his kingdom. So that just goes to say, I've known. See, I don't want to call him Stinky because we all know he's Stinky. But
yeah, sorry, I keep reverting to that too.
I know it's okay. It's okay, but we'll call him by his proper name of Master Salim.
Master Salim.
But he, like I said, the creativity level. For example, you saw what he did last night. in the movie itself, they only show you where the helicopter was coming. That man took
Yeah.
the whole helicopter ride to the finals. That comes with creativity, but it also comes with experience. And as I said, and with the Guyanese artists, I can definitely say that they use the little knowledge that they have and excelled on it. Because I said, their semifinals to their finals presentation was amazing. Now, for the traditional singers, I know they even had a hard time because in his world, not everyone that's watching that screen understands half of the words they're saying. So for them to take their presentation and give an explanation of the song for everyone to understand, I think all of them did a great job.
Yo, we got a large up WR Reyes. He's on the inside. Good morning, Reyes. Great work from Guyana and their production. They did step it up. But Ray, here's what. Send me a message, man. Let me get you. See if you can join us, man. That'd be great if you could end up joining us, locking in.
I was expecting Riaz to do like a burnout on the stage for one of these guys.
I thought he was gonna have like
a car. Yeah, I thought he's gonna.
Yeah, you know, Reyes would have come true and take Bacardi and drive away. And
Not even that. I remember in Tony's video, there's a part where he puts the Johnny Walker in the seatbelt. I thought maybe that could have happened and Reyes would have been the driver.
You know, Reyes, you stick, boy, you stick. But large. Hey, speaking of, hey, good morning, Vijay. If any of the artists in them want to join us on this live, you're welcome to join us. Send me a WhatsApp. You know, I know you guys have my information. I'll send you the link. You could go ahead and join us, but it would be great to get you guys input on how you feel about your performance and stuff like that. I know we're all waiting anxiously. Large up VJ Ramkisoon, Rambros boy, what a production, what a thing, and I love his message, how he came through. It was great.
Everything sings perfectly.
Yeah, good. Hey, good morning.
I just hope that he is not the last man alive because, you know, you got to share, you know. You got to share.
You want to be the last man. You want to be a man in that kind of situation, especially on Valentine's Day. There you go. You want to be in that
I'm dressed for the occasion.
There you go. So let me ask you, what are the presentations that, besides GI, we all know, right? So besides GI, what presentation stood out to you the most? Because being a man that's been on a semi-final stage, being a man that's been behind the scenes on finals and things like that, you know, what's your take?
I know for a fact that everyone brought their 100 game, but it's just they were limited to what they could do. So I can only imagine what everyone's creativity could have got them. Some of the ones that definitely stood out to me last night, I was very impressed with Rachel's performance. I saw it coming, but her whole team on stage was amazing. Listen, Fluffy Man was Fluffy Man. I wish that we could have been there live because I would have maybe been watching in that direction because his facial expressions, you sneaky and you mannish kind of thing. His face expression was that all night. Like he was looking to do something crazy all night, but Rachel Melissa planned it out in a way that it was amazing. One of the things that also stood out too is that, for example, all the Guyanese artists definitely took this.
Randy, hold on. Yeah. I don't mean to cut you, but I'm seeing here that the video is up. That
perfect.
We're gonna switch over to that.
There you go.
Oh, actually, it's not live yet.
Okay, so yeah, but still keep it up so everyone, because I said I know this is what everyone's waiting for. I'm waiting for this as well because this is very interesting.
So, but we can still keep going. I know.
Got a lot of people on the live too.
So, large up George. I'm not seeing any. Let me just make sure. One quick second. Go ahead, Randy. Keep talking in the meantime.
No problem. Yeah, it's like I say everyone. Like I said, Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. There's there's a lot of people locked on, and everybody's just as anxious.
So here's what. Yeah, we're not ready yet. He's
must get himself ready.
So right, we're still waiting. So I guess they put into the fact of building up this stream. So let's get it shared out there and stuff like that. So good morning, hey, large up Imran. Good morning to Imran, Randy. It's large up Randy Rambali. Randy is one of the behind the scenes person, good friend of ours.
Was he chicken wing last night?
He was a chicken leg. He was a chicken leg.
Yeah, I saw that.
And when he put the picture, I was like, Randy was a chicken leg. What the hell? But the thing is, while we was going through the performance, while Rachel was performing, I told him, I'm like, Oh shit, there's a chicken leg that's on there. Look at that. That's crazy. That's insane. So large job, that was good. So but I heard the talk is that Randy's gonna be Randy, the other Randy, not you, but you know, you probably would end up doing it too. That Randy's gonna run on stage naked if Rachel wins.
You know, when Drumsy said that, yesterday I was like, I gotta watch for this, but I recorded already.
So we get ready, man. This is intense, bro. This is like intense. The lotto.
To be honest with you, like I said, knowing that when our names were picked for semifinals and finals last year, this is way more intense because it's like there's more viewership, there's more representation. I can't even begin to tell you. Like it's the anticipation is not even being an artist. I feel for the ones that are artists.
And you know that's what like the 20. I could imagine what the 24 people is going through right now. You know.
Oh, there goes.
Here we go. So here's what we're gonna jump off. Randy, you're staying around, right? You're sticking around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Chutney Soca Monarch 26 ended at approximately 1:30 last night. For why we did not release results right away, it's because we had a text voting element in the show. These results right away. It's because we had a text voting element in the show, which ended at 6 a.m. this morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Chutney Soca Monarch 26 ended at approximately 1:30 last night. For those who may have been wondering why we did not release results right away, it's because we had a text voting element in the show, which ended at 6 a.m. this morning. I have just received the results from the text voting supplier, B-Mobile, and we have compiled that we've combined those results with the judges' marks, and we are now ready to give you the results. Before I give you the results, there are a few people I would like to thank very quickly. Before we go to results, I would like to thank our sponsors, our broadcast partners, Guardian Media Limited, CNC3, Sangeet 106.1, the National Lotteries Control Board, B-Mobile, Tile Warehouse, Tropicus Beach Hotel and Resort, the Lullaby Group, Stag, Let's Gaff with Lakshmi and Veronica, the Radio Talk Show, Abbey Tunes, and the Ministry of Tourism, Culture, and the Arts. I want to say a special thanks to Ravi Bisimbar, the Kalnayak Dance Academy, Avatar the Band, and Kishore Wiziramda. I want to thank our judges, our international teams, Vashti Durga from Durga Entertainment, W.R. Reyes from MMR, Team MMR, and Ranjiv Ramdeen from Music Head. I would also like to say a special thank you to Dr. Rudal Munilal for his enduring support of the CSM in and out of government. Our New York sponsors, our Guyana sponsors, and our Canada sponsors. Thank you very much. Of course, I must thank our editor, Playback Productions, and of course the team at Solvex. We now go to the results. In the Queen of Chutney Soca, I will announce those first. I will give you the top 3. In third position, Reshma Ramlal.
I looking for a fluffy man in my life, cause I am a woman who like respect the Texas boss. He's a prophet, not a loss. They're going to be in demand. Let us catch a fluffy man.
In second position, Willie of Guyana. And our Queen of Chutney Soca 2021 is Nisha Ramsuk.
Thought I could handle the heat and the flame, but this kind of fire, it runs through my vein. How it happened, I really do not know. Look, fire is spreading, it's plenty heat for so. Come fireman, come cool me down. Roll out your hose, man, and start to wet me down. I'm looking for the fireman. Tell me where he there. My temperature is rising.
Congratulations to Nisha, and I think you're going to have a very exciting year ahead of you. To the results for Chutney Soca Monarch. We will be calling the top 12 positions. Position number 12, Rasika Dindial. Number 11, Nishad Sultan. Number 10, Cherish Ragunanan. Number 9, Reshma Ramlal. Number 8, Vanita Willie of Guyana. In number 7, we have a tie, Adish and Tony Cutts of Guyana. Position, we have Jairam Dindial and Nisha Ramsuk. The 5th highest scores. I will now go to the top 5 people in Chutney Soca. And these are the top 5 out of approximately 75 people that would have entered this competition. So these are what we would consider to be the big guns of Chutney Soca internationally. Position number 5, Vikari Singh of Guyana.
Girl, you been telling me that you're never gonna leave. Girl, you been telling me that you're never gonna leave. Girl, you been telling me that you're never gonna leave. Girl, you been telling me that you're never gonna leave. Everybody put your one in the air. Put your one in the air. CM26.
Navin Prabhu, number 4.
धीरे धीरे हाथों हमारे लगा है तुमसे धीरे धीरे हाथों हमारे लगा है तुमसे 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 क्यों कहा तेरे हमसे हमारी लगा है तुमसे.
In 3rd place, there was a tie, Vijay Ramkisoon and Daddy Chiney.
Is the Indian inside of me? Make me speak Hindi.
In position number 2, Master Salim.
Put your hand in the air, 2. Put your hand in the air, 1, 2.
Raise a glass now, let me take a shot. Shots, shots, take a shot. Shots, shots, take a shot. Shots,
Shots, take a shot. Shots, shots, take a shot. Shots, take a shot. Shots, 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 take a shot. Shots, take a shot.
And our Chutney for 2021 goes to G.I. Bihari, who has defended his crown and once again won Chutney Soca Monarch for 2021.
We walk together, I'm in your corner, I am here for you whenever. Don't take forever to say we love each other. When God calls our number, it's over. Before it's too late and we never have a chance to see each other. Oh, let we have a drink together. Before it's too late and we never have a chance to see each other. Oh, let we have a drink together. Oh, let we have a drink together. Oh, let we have a drink together.
Congratulations to GI and Team GI, and thank you everyone for looking at the show and supporting us during this year. It had its challenges, but I think we were able to pull it off. Thank you once again and have a great day. And can I wish everyone, before I leave, happy Valentine's Day.
Don't take forever to love each other. When God, it's over.
Randy.
Here, I'm here.
Hold on 1 second. So let me just bring us back. I know there's a lot of comments and stuff like that. So hold on 1 second.
Guys, I see you guys on the chat. Like I said, we're trying to keep this as,
As clean as possible.
No cursing, please.
Yeah. Now, one of the other things, hold on 1 second, is the fact that I know some people saying some comments, they're never going to give it to Guyanese and stuff like that. You guys, I keep going back and back and back again. Presentation is key to this. It's not about the popular song. It's not about that. And you guys, unfortunately, Vakadi did not come out presentation-wise compared to some of the other people that was ahead. All right? So I know some people are very disappointed and whatnot. Hopefully, we're able to get some information from George later on about the voting aspect and whatnot, because votes counted as well. And one of the things that George did end up announcing was the fact that for the semifinals, there was only 11,000 votes. So, if you guys didn't vote for your people and stuff like that, that's that. So here's what, let's start off. Reshma Ramlal, number 3rd. Vanita Willie, number 2. And a queen, first time ever queen of Chutney Soca Monarch, Nisha Ramstel.
I'm lost for words. Like I said, Nisha definitely came with a wonderful performance the entire night. One of the things that amazed me with her performance was that the entire stage was fire. There was no other color you could see but that red, yellow, orange aspect of it. Her outfit. There were a few things that I can maybe say about the performance in terms of the sequence of it, but overall, it was a good performance. Is it deserving of Queen? I want to say no, because everyone brought their best. I have to also make everyone understand that if it was in New York, if it was in Canada, if it was in Ghana, it's more of a whatever you see on the camera screen, not the entire display like you would maybe see in Trinidad with the whole stage. So it would have limited a lot of good points that would have went, for example, in Trinidad, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a whole big wide angle versus, Guyana and New York having to kind of edit the video and send it in. So we didn't get to see that full aspect of it. So, but But to be honest with you, one of the positives you have to look at it. I know Guyana is disappointed. One of the positives to look at it is that never, never has a Chutney Soca queen been introduced to this competition.
Yeah.
Secondly, in the first year it is, you have a Guyanese in the top 3. I can imagine there's been tons of Guyanese who have passed through the chutney industry, and it's just, remember, we're the spectators, we're the ones involved in it, we're not the ones who did the judging, we're just the spectators, and we have our personal opinions, but at the end of the day, it is what is given to us, and we have to respect that. I think fighting it down is not productive to the artist, but like I said, I know many people are not happy with results, but it is what it is, man. Like I said, congrats to Nisha, congrats to Nita. And to Climax. I mean, I don't want to say Climax is the queen, but at least, for example, he got himself.
Oh,
I'm gonna message him later. I was like, hey, bro, so what does this mean? It's like, are you scaring the crowd or?
My mom actually wrote something. My mom is like, "This is bullshit."
No, listen. I'm like I said, we were off the camera, and yeah, if I was on the camera, you had to see my facial expressions when they went through the top 5. I believe that many of the people in the top 10 are deserving. They could have held higher spots and stuff, but everyone was deserving of it. Focusing on the queen aspect of it, it is. I was a little unfortunate if I had to play favoritism. I mean, even at her age, I know it's very hard for her to do it, but giving the Ronnie, like I said, having the Ronnie earn the queen, the crown, would have been great. But you have to remember, if this was 25 years ago, could have rocked it. The lady is a legend, and unfortunately, can't move to the aspects of.
All right, guys. I don't mean to cut you, Randy, but everybody's coming with this big teeth thing and teeth thing and teeth thing, guys. You guys are going by your personal favorite and stuff like that. But I will say it once again, in regards to presentation, Guyana did not reach in that level. And whatnot. I know somebody made a comment about the different criteria. The performers and them sign a contract, all right? Randy, you've been back there. You sign a contract, and they let you know what you're being judged on. No, this is not new information and stuff like that. They know the criteria is what they're being judged on.
Alan, when we get to the king part, then I'll discuss that part.
Yeah. So you know what you're gonna be judged on. So by saying the comments you guys are making, you guys are taking your personalness into this. This is not. You gotta get away from that part. You gotta get away from this personal feelings thing. Okay, everyone. So. Stop with the cheating and this and the that and the whatever in regards to about Guyana and stuff like that. Somebody said Guyana needs to know. Here's what in regards to the artists in them can request the results. They can request their rescoring for themselves and stuff like that. That's how this competition is done. Unfortunately, us as the public, we're not able to think. Janice, I see what you're saying, but I'm seeing the other comments of what people are writing here about Guyana has been cheated and this and that and whatever. Yes, Guyanese artists had very great songs. We're not taking that away. But coming to the competition part, they did not stack up to the other artists in them in regards to that. Vanita did out of the artists. JP did, and I'm going to come into that in just a second.
We're definitely going to get to that.
We're going to get to that in a second. But, so... and somebody just mentioned Damien's name is not on there. I don't know, but so everybody wants. I'm just gonna run down the names quick, what he had said, and then we'll do our synopsis. I know you wanted to go to Temple, and I'm sorry.
No. Listen, honestly, if I had went, maybe I should have went. I should have went, prayed for better results, and they came back.
But thank you.
I'm glad to be a part of this because, like I said, this is definitely a learning experience because in a different aspect of it, like I said, if we want to do the proper representation, it is now coming together as a unit once again, coming back to the drawing board, seeing what was done incorrectly versus correctly, and revamping and enhancing the game so we can represent the Guyana once again.
Mm-hmm. So here's what. So they said at number 12. That was Antirasica at number 12. Nishat Sultan with Roti placed at number 11. Cherish! She made it in, her name got mentioned. So congratulations goes out to Cherish Raghunandan. That came in at number 10. Reshma Ramlal at number 9. Vanita Wiley. And I hope am I saying her name correctly? Wiley, is that how you pronounce it?
I think it's Wiley Willie.
Wiley or Willie?
At this point in time, everybody knows her as Pua, so I just said Pua.
Okay, so Pua came in at number 8. Adesh Samaru and Tony Cutts tied at number 7. Tied at number 6 was Jairam Dindial and Nisha Ramsuk. Number 5, Vikari Singh from Guyana. Number 4, Prince Navin Prabhu. Tied at number 3, Vijay Ramkisoon and Daddy Chiney. At number 2, Master Salim. And at number 1, the reigning two-time Chutney Soca Monarch King, Mr. G.I. Bihari. Where you want to start?
Let's start from the bottom and come up.
Okay. Auntie Rasika.
As I said, 25 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I can maybe see her getting on like Cherish, and getting on like Nisha, and getting on like Reshma. But of course, I can imagine. But like I said, her vocals are powerful enough that you can close your eyes and have a whole performance on your head. And like I said, for her to still be on the top of her game, even at this age and at this stage, hey, respect to the. There's a reason why Chutney Queen or no Queen, she is the Rani. And she set the stage for all these female artists coming up.
And this is one of the things that if we look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's all the women got mentioned in the top 12.
I don't know, Alan. I have to
checking that wrong.
I'm going to turn my phone upside down because I need to stay focused on this interview. It's blowing up right now.
2, 3, 4, 5. You're right, correct. All 5 placed in the top 5. So there you go.
I want to say maybe that's what, the first time?
First time, yeah, that women actually got to that area. Uncle V-Ram says, cherish my winner all the way. All the finalists are winners. Definitely there. So I see where you're coming from, Fess, and stuff like that, but we're not judges, unfortunately, you know?
And that's the thing. We are not judges. We can only sit on this side of the platform.
So, again, I'm just going to go. Dinesh is asking a question. The queen is Nisha Ramsuk with Fireman. So, Nisha Ramsuk, in regards to that era, she's the queen. So, we went to number 12. Nishat Sultan at number 11, bro.
Roti is a great song. And, you know, one of the things, if you listen to the lyrics, everything was covered in there. Every style of roti, every style of that had to be covered. Presentation was great. Due to my limited knowledge of the actual rules, I believe many people were saying there were limits on dancers, there were limits on props, something like that. I don't have the proper information on that, but I did see a lot of the performance kind of went over those criteria. So, but like I said, I'm not limited on what those exact rules are. But the song is great. As again, some of these songs in the top 10 or in the finals itself, I know they got dinged for the originality aspect of it because a lot of it was the Balinese melodies and stuff like that. So, as Alan mentioned before, the individual artist can request their scoring card, and if they wish to share it with us, that's totally on them. But he had a great performance. I think, like everyone said, a great aspect was when he brought his daughter out, I believe. That was.
She was phenomenal, bro.
Yeah.
She was great. So, let me see here.
It's like I said, it is what it is. But they deserving of their spots, and like I said, we're gonna round off the top 10 now. And like I said, I have to now go with Cherish. Now, little do you know about Cherish. Last year, Cherish was our supporter when I was a semifinalist. So Cherish would have never dreamt to be on a stage like this. He actually, after the semifinals, she actually went and we bought food. So she was more of that. Hey, I'm supporting you. And look at this year. She's on top of the game. First time in top 10. Once again, another person with no experience going on that stage, but here she is, and she excelled at it. And that comes, like I said, with a lot, with creativity, the aspect of like the generation and the time, stuff like that, and the outthinking. So, kudos to her. for that. I hope she cherishes this win and gets ready for next year.
There you go. There you go. So Cherish was at number 10. Reshma Ramlal all the way at number 9.
I'm gonna be honest with you. She had a tough. It was a tough male category to go through, especially when the female population is very small. But for her to lead the way like that, her performance is on point. As I said, like I said, it's just I'm not the judge. We're not the judge, so we have to take the results as it is.
Your boy just wake up, Shivan. He said he just wake up. What's going on here? Vanita Wiley, number 8.
As I said, Vanita's song was a song that was done before. It definitely grew through TikTok and other mediums, and here it is on a CSN stage. You asked 2 years ago, if you asked Vanita 2 years ago, was he even thinking about CSM or where the song would have went? Look at that, it's been a worldwide sensation now. Teaming up in a unity aspect, which we need now more than ever with Climax. Using a virtual aspect to bring both scenes, both countries on screen at one time, I think is great. You have to commend the music that comes out of Ghana with Abhinash Rupchan, so there's all those aspects there.
Yeah, she did very good, and I got a large up Climax, and I say it, and a lot of people that don't understand the dynamics of this, because of Climax doing that remix with her, Vanita was actually able to be in the competition because her song is originally from 2017, and Climax involvement with the remix and stuff like that allowed the song to be in the competition. So a lot of respect goes out to Climax in regards to that. They did a great portrayal. They did a great portrayal of the Pua presentation. Large up Devani, large up 411 dancers. I don't know the dancers out of Guyana and stuff like that, but the girls in them did good. And she and presentation. I keep coming back to this, and a lot of people, Vanita put herself in the running with a very good presentation. And like you said, the couple thing with the seamlessness was a little off. We had talked about it also was the fact that. They kind of probably did a little bit better on that camera angles and whatnot, but remember, not much time in regards to putting that kind of stuff together. So very, very good, very, very good. If it may help you folks, explain the judging criteria.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get. I was trying to message George to see about getting the actual.
Alex, so I'm gonna just touch base on that because last year it was something that I had asked George too when I entered the semifinals. If we can disclose that. He says that it's not something that the what do you call it? It's not something that is more of a concern to the public. It's a more concerned thing. Like I said, this year an added aspect that has a testing aspect. I didn't have that last year when we had that, but this year the technical aspect is great. But in 2011 they tried the same thing, and for example, you can text away as much as you want to support the artist, but at the end of the day, it is a part of the judging, not the judging. I think that's what everyone's going to realize, and I definitely want to say, like I said, I see all the comments. I see everyone is entitled to their opinion. Don't get me wrong, as long as it's no cursing or bashing anybody specifically. But at the same time, like I said, it's the voting aspect was a part of the competition, not the competition. So it's like I said, I'm just hopeful that maybe George Ting does have a little rebuttal to it, or gives you as a medium to bring it forth to everyone so they can understand it.
So Fess is talking about the female judge and things like that. Everything resets, Fess. Yeah. So that comment, and George had said it also on air, was the fact that that was an off the cuff comment. Large and my boy Apache Warrior, him and Terry have a new song, and we're gonna be dropping it sometime within the next week or so. I had told them after this whole CSM thing is done, then we're gonna go. But if you remember, Randy, do you remember the criteria? Like I said, vocals is one.
It was vocals, presentation, originality, lyrical content, and George did say in another interview through another medium, I believe, impact of crowd was.
That's what it used to be.
Yeah, so
but not this year.
With crowd, he had to take 5% of 5 points of each of those and put it into 3 other aspects that are on there. So it was based on 4. Which were the originality, the lyrical content, the presentation, and the vocal ability, and I think the fifth aspect was the text.
Right, and so crowd response got taken over from the texting, took over that part of it. So crowd response was that, but I don't know News Source Guyana. I don't recall the way how it is, but presentation is a part of it and stuff like that. But yeah, it is a singing competition, but all the artists in them are fully aware of the judging criteria.
Yeah.
So you guys and them who don't know, when these guys go on stage, they're fully aware of what they need to do and stuff like that. So you can't you cannot take it for advantage, let's say. I don't know how else to word it. I'm like, because all these comments are just going and stuff like that, and it's going crazy. But you can't take for granted the fact that, you know, I'm a big song or this, that, and the next thing, or, you know, your previous history and whatnot. There's a lot of people on the night of, you know, that we know that they're great, they're phenomenal, and then when it comes to that night, boom, they have an off night. Just like, you know, Lakers are gonna lose a game or this, that, to the next thing. You know, Jordan was the best for so many years, and it took him 10 years before he could make it to the finals or whatever like that. So these are the different things. So you guys got to understand, you will have a bad day. Mm-hmm. And he's saying about song popularity. There's songs that have won that have never played again. Understand? So. It's not about the song popularity.
Me and you can pull out a handful if we wanted, but let's not start that.
Yeah, but you know what? I wish, and I did have this conversation yesterday. Ricky Jai, and I mentioned this to Shashri and stuff like that.
Same exact what I was going to tell you about.
Ricky Jai says, and that's why he's a 9-time winner and stuff like that. There is a formula to this when it comes to CSM, and you have to do these different criterias. So there is a form to this. So somebody says, come on, my Guyanese friend, give them encouragement. We're encouraging them, but everyone with the slanted type of view is what we're talking about in regards to these comments and things like that. So, sorry, Randy. So we got up to Vanita. Ty, Adesh Samaru, and Tony Cutts.
Now, to be honest with you, I'm going to give Tony, you know, for example, all the credit in the world because Adi Samaru is a veteran. So he tied with a veteran, like I said. Once again, originality. I know Tony would have got knocked for that. The concept of the song is amazing. You got to give Tony all the credit in the world, though. I met Tony 3 years ago inside the barbershop, and he was strumming guitar while I was singing. Now today, look at him. He's on a stage, you know, what I have to say is one of the biggest songs because everyone can relate to it. Everyone can relate to, for example, taking a shot through maybe just having a problem, not just with relationships, but like work, stress, the COVID-19 that we have, and just taking a sit back to just realize what the world is and be thankful for what you have. But for him to come seventh alongside of a legend, listen.
And first time?
And a first time, listen, I'll agree with many of the individuals that are saying, you know, Guyana got robbed, Guyana got this, Guyana that. But at the same time, you got to remember, it's presentation, it's judges, it's everything. It's also an aspect of virtual presentations. I can only imagine that, let's say, on a big stage like that, with more flexibility, who knows? Tony
in a live setting, yes, I think setting.
Tony could have outdone himself. Tony, if you know Tony on a outside of the virtual stage, you saw him. He's the type of person that, you know, for example, hey, the sky's blue. Well, guess what? Let's point our finger to the sky. He doesn't look at it like, oh, there's clouds coming inside. Has a happy-go-jovial person, and his nature speaks for himself. So it's like he's always going. So now and that's one of the things you also have to remember about these artists. They were constricted to doing this on the screen without a crowd. I, for one, can speak to this. We feed off the crowd. So our energy levels are not the same when there's no crowd.
Now, one of the things BB is saying that they will never give it to a Guyanese. This is not a give thing. You guys, this is not a give thing. So, and like I said, you guys are going, I'm glad that you're repping your country's heart and stuff like that, but you have to take away all of your personal feelings and look at it. And unfortunately, I'm going to keep saying this once again and again and again, the Guyanese artists in them did not step up to the level of the other artists that are ahead of them, in regards to the presentation and the whole aspect and the overall thing. So, I understand a lot of people's feelings are hurt and whatnot, but
do,
it's not
yeah.
it's not a give thing.
And I do want to respect everybody's views. As I said, everyone is entitled to their opinion. I remember, like I said, going into the semifinals last year, like I said, in the crowd, remember, I'm coming from New York. I have no one to have my own little batch or something, everyone there. So all of a sudden, when you go there, you see there's a whole camp for one artist, a whole camp for another artist, a whole camp for another artist, and everybody just coming together just to cheer them on. So now coming through a screen, it's the same aspect of it, but at the same time, you got to give all the artists just a lot of credit for it. Me personally, I know I wouldn't have been able to do my best performance just looking through a camera.
Now, number 6, Jairam Dindial and Nisha Ramsey. One pause for a second. Large and my boy Amir Drumsy's in the building. Amir, we're going to get to you in just a second, bro. I wish you could probably join us because I would love to get his feedback.
We went between I went between CSM last night and watching Arnold Beam on Fess's show. And I see Drumsy there doing a one
tap
chat to the spirit while the top was going on. So it was great. It was great to do it. Now, like I said, let's go to Jairam first. Like comedy,
funny, bro.
There's no man that no, actually, apologize.
Yes.
Kenneth
Prasad.
Yeah,
yes.
Kenneth Prasad is the man. So the performance. Also, I believe this was Jairam's first CSM final stage, if I'm not mistaken. This could have been his stage for him to come the way that he did. The cow. I saw a comment last night that somebody said since when male cow does give milk. So
yeah, I saw that comment. Since when a male, I think it was.
You see, but this is what
Nati wrote that.
Oh,
right, Nati wrote that.
Let's not talk about Nati and his comments last night. But he came very, very strong. He came as his element, and one of the things that he can relate to come off from behind a harmonium, to stand on a stage and give your full performance without your greatest asset. I don't know what to tell you. But going to Nisha now, man, like I said, you guys have to say, the performance itself was amazing. There were a few miscues that I did see here and there, but the performance was the performance. I gotta give her credit to it. The song was original. To my length of the ear, it sent a message. I believe it had a double meaning, and I love those double meaning songs, Alan. So
oh yeah,
I love those double meaning songs. So it's the song came out really, really well. So
Large and my boy, the cat, Navin Monasar. Navin said yes. Nati said that. Happy anniversary going out to Navin and Annie. Today's their anniversary, Valentine's, which I know Navin only did that to make it easier for himself to remember. So just want to make that quick pause. Large and my brother, DJ Navin, Tropic Flavor in the building. Navin says if Alan was in the Fluffy video, he would have taken it. There you go. So, Lord, everybody with the Guyana being robbed. I'm not gonna agree to something like that. That's not the case. But Miss Lalman is saying that the presentation needs to work on. If they wanted it, they should have go after it. If they know what was the presentation and is about investing in yourself and you want to win, invest in yourself. And that's a very good statement. Remember, and I haven't found that out yet, but no prize money's been announced.
Right now, regardless, I don't think everybody's fine for prize money, so we'll keep that for another day.
The artist in them is in this. No prize money's been announced and stuff like that. And what do you call it? Those guys went to extreme levels. They went to extreme. Oh, here we go. I'm bringing on the man. Drumsy Entertainment is going to come inside. Hold on.
Alan, at this point, tell Drumsy to get his dolak. I'll go get my harmonium, and
we could do something. We could do something. And if any of the artists in them want to join, you're welcome to join us here. Just send us. Look at this smile, man. I guess his Valentine's is going very well. So, you see what Randy? Do you see the difference, Randy? You don't have a girl and you're not smiling. My boy grinning from cheek to cheek over here. Yeah, so happy Valentine's going out to my boy Drumsy. Now, he's the management for Reshma Ramlal. He also is an extremely talented young man that is gifted beyond belief. So, Large up, Amir. Amir, what did you think?
Thanks, man.
I think you, I think you kind of froze up there. What did you? But don't worry, you keep talking. We can hear you and stuff like that. What do you think, Amir?
Again, about the competition and the results, firstly, I'd like to congratulate
Yes.
everyone
Mm-hmm.
on their positions and some well deserved, some more than well deserved. So I can only speak right now as a drummer, for most of the artists. It's probably
Mm-hmm.
comment on my mom's performance later on. But I'm very happy for all the contestants, some that has been knocking on the Chutney Soca Monarch door for quite some time and was able to get a fair position, get a fair ruling judging, you know. So I'm real happy for some of them. Some of them, could have done better. Those that didn't qualify or get the result they wanted. It's just you just gotta keep trying and putting your best foot forward. You gotta do the homework, burn the midnight oil, studying, planning, organizing, investing. A lot of work.
Now, Amir, you saw you pretty much saw a majority of everyone's performance and stuff like that. How did you
Yeah.
feel in regards to how everything went?
I personally I was kind of describe how I feel. I was really amazed with all, not just some, or majority or few, but with all the performances because we have a lot of artists that performs live outside, in the open atmosphere, and some will be in their first time inside a hall, inside of the enclosed area, a little more nerve wracking, and it's
Mm-hmm.
tough for some who hasn't gotten the opportunity to sing in these places before, and seeing the bravery in them and the trying and the willingness and the show they put out, it was really amazing. I was shocked by most all some I know are natural to it, but I was shocked really and amazed to see how well they performed and what they did, not having much practice time, not having much rehearsal time, not
Mm-hmm.
having much funds, especially sponsoring and stuff, because I knew a lot of the artists had issues with sponsors because of the economic downfall in the world, not just the country, but the world. And they still came and put their best foot forward. You understand?
Now you took the lead for your mom and stuff like that. For
Mm-hmm.
her presentation and also I sorry I didn't mention this earlier, but condolences to the family and stuff like. So you guys
Thank
had
you.
a lot of stuff going on there, and you guys persevered. I
Yeah.
mean, your mom's
Yes, a lot,
presentation,
a
her
lot.
vocals, everything was really,
Mm-hmm.
really, really good. It was great. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
how did you feel? Let's not even let's take away the results and stuff like that. How did you feel about what
Yeah.
you guys had put out, considering everything that you guys went through?
Well, firstly, we really had a rough start this year with a lot of financial issues, plus the passing away of our closest relative, my uncle, a father figure to me, and my mom's favorite brother, last and only brother as well. And it was really tough for us, and yet we found, not found, but we made the sacrifice and we made the time to get the show out and get the performance done as best as we could, knowing the time frame, knowing the finances we had to get it done. And maybe, not maybe, but I would like to congratulate her though on this platform because she has been a Chutney Soca Monarch competitor for the past 7 years. Four
Mm-hmm.
4 years of that 7 years, including this year, she has been a grand finalist. And this is the first year in 7 years competing, she made the top 10 of the competition. So that is a great achievement and accomplishment for us and for her as well
Great.
at present. And I see no issue with that right now. You know?
Randy, you have anything you want to say?
No, I'm just reading the comments. It's a little.
So Amir,
Mhm.
Do you wanna weigh in on the fact about what everybody's saying about how Guyana got cheated and this and that and the next thing?
No comments on the results because at the end of the day, I am not the judge. I am not the promoters or anyone in charge of making those decisions of who gets what place. But my opinion, however, is that they could have gotten something better. That's my opinion and my take on it. I am not a judge. I don't know how they judge the criteria. Well, because it's everyone has different minds, opinions, and ideas. So, but I personally think they all could have done. They could have gotten something better, especially Tony Coates. You could say how messy my hair is, but he was my barber when he was in Trinidad, my favorite barber, best
Oh
in
yeah.
Ireland.
Look at that.
And
Now, Amir,
his vocals was his point.
do you remember the criterias? Now I remember it's supposed to be vocals, presentation,
Yeah.
originality, lyrics, and text voting. Is that correct?
Yes, the text version was actually 20%, 20% of it, or
Text voting is
25.
20%.
Yeah, it was a
Now,
lot. And then we had the vocals. Your vocals. Then we had your lyrics. They had Oh, look, I have it here, man. Got my little notebook. They had
so
the singing technique, which was 20%.
uh,
We had
singing
rhythm, which
technique.
was
Okay.
15%. We had
I'm sorry.
lyrics. The lyrics
Wait,
was
wait, 1 second. The second thing, what you said that was, and what was the percent?
rhythm,
Rhythm, and that was how
15%.
much percent? 15% for
15.
rhythm. Vocals was 20. You said
Yeah, no, lyrics. Lyrics was 20. Yes, singing technique
lyrics.
was 20. Yes, it was 20. Yeah. Presentation was 20%. Um, what is this? Crossover 15%, and your originality being 10%.
All right. Sorry, I'm writing it down. Could you just run it through again for me?
Okay. Um,
Lyrics.
Singing technique. hmm What you have there?
Okay, lyrics 20. You said singing technique.
20. Yeah.
Okay, and then presentation was 20.
No, presentation was 20 as well. Yeah.
Okay, crossover. You said what?
15. 15.
Originality 10.
And lyrics, well, rhythm. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So everybody, so you guys see what the different criterias are there and stuff like that. Anything else you want to say before I let you go? I know you got to go spend your Valentine's, man. What are you doing for her
Oh,
today for
yeah.
Valentine's?
Well, I just had a wonderful brunch. You know the brunch? We had a wonderful brunch this morning while we watched the results. And now
Randy, the man doing brunching thing, boy. You understand? You see, take lessons, Randy.
You know what the thing is? You see how the screen froze? That could just be
yeah.
the wallpaper. He doing his own thing behind the screen. Who knows?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Amir, I love your mom
Yeah.
very much. I love you guys. Phenomenal job. A lot of respect. I admire you, young man.
Yeah.
A
Me too.
20-year-old young man that is making some major waves in this industry. And don't let nobody deter you, my brother. You're doing
Definitely not.
great.
I just being the drummer for the I played for approximately 15 artists in the competition because some artists were
Wow.
their own musicians and stuff. And the 15 artists I played for, I gave my best. I gave my 100. And even I, as a drummer, was condemned and ill speaken because maybe somebody wanted my job, my position, but it's okay. And I have been the youngest. I have the youngest drummer in the competition for probably the last 10, 20 years. There's never been, to my knowledge, a 20-year-old drummer backing up experienced legendary artists on the biggest Chutney Soca platform in the world. So that's a personal accomplishment for myself as well. And whatever negative words and actions come out, you just need to use it to get stronger and be better. Use it to correct yourself and improve rather than to fall in their trap of negativity and, you know?
Bro, well said, man. Well said. This is why I love this kid, man. You know,
Yeah.
his level of everything is different, bro, and I respect you for that, and I agree, bro. Congratulations once again. We'll talk offline.
Definitely.
I'm sorry that your mom wasn't able to be crowned the first queen, but
That's
anything
okay.
you want to
That's
say to
okay.
Nisha? Anything you want to say to
Nisha, oh
Nisha and
yes,
stuff like that?
Nisha and Jai. Congratulations to you both on a wonderful performance. Great song, great music. Um, well deserved. You all did a fantastic job on the stage. You all went out there, gave 100%, and got what you all deserved, being the king and queen of the Chutney Soca world, Chutney Soca industry. And I hope that you all maintain, if a good word is maintain the class and standard of king and queen that there always has been, and continue to keep the name of Chutney Soca in flying high. Represent us out there because our industry is very small, and being a small industry, my duty, and not my duty, but my job I try to create is to curb the fighting and the bacchanal and the negativity,
Yep.
because we are too small, you understand? Especially amongst our musicians in this industry. We are very small, we're only a handful of us. You can't hate someone now, and by the time you're paying the next show, is that same person you hate have to back you up, or the same person you had
Yeah.
to sing with, or same system you had to work on. This is a very small industry. We want to live together as one, and we could be bigger than any other industry, musical industry in the world. Once we work together as one, and treat each other fairly and with respect and love. So that's my final word there. Congratulations again, Nisha and GI. Keep the Chutney Soca name high and mighty.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm gonna let you go. Happy Valentine's Day to the
Andy,
family, and we'll
thank you, bro.
we'll talk.
Big up,
Thank you,
bro. Really.
thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna let him go. Amir, wow, the kid, bro. This kid is amazing, man. This kid is amazing.
He's amazing, I can say.
Uh,
All right,
man.
so Alan, before we move on, I know there's a lot of people joining on now. I mean, the comments are still going. But just recap 12 to 6 so everyone knows before we talk about the top 5.
Anti Rasikat number 12, Nishat Sultan number 11, Cherish Raghunandan number 10, Reshma Ramlal number 9, Vanita Wiley number 8, Adesh Samaru and Tony Cuts tied at number 7, Jairam Dindial and the Queen of Chutney Soca Monarch, Nisha Ramsuk, tied at number 6. Now we come to number 5,
Yeah.
Vakadi Singh.
Now, I can touch and I can't touch on this topic because I do have a personal relationship with Vicari.
Yes, you do.
Met this kid for the very first time. If Fest is still on, Fest knows, but we went to Guyana for a show at Pegasus with Diraj. And the kid saw how I performed and everything like that, and he was like, bro, you can take it, you can do it and stuff like that. And I told him, I was like, bro, I can never be what you think I can do for Guyana. Because you were born there, you have vocals, you have everything, you put yourself out there. And here you are on top of your game, and then 2020, boom. Like I said, you're in the CSM finals. Now, little does everyone know about Vicari, like I said, especially let's touch base on the song. The song, I heard it months way before it was released. Like I said, he came, he asked for advice, everything like that. I was like, bro, run with it. Yes, I know he would have been dinged a little for the originality of the song. The song has definitely resounded with everyone around the world. I don't want to see this guy in with everyone in the world. Little do you guys know about Vicari, though, is like, forget about this song. Vicari has entered many competitions in Guyana, placed in the top 5 in those competitions, has original music. On top of that, he actually has a song by the name of Rajput, which has taken Rajput was pretty much Guyana's Ramsey, if I want to compare it to something back in the day. And you know how big Ramsey was for the world. It's just that he didn't have the right medium and the right platform to put it out. Now he did. He has an amazing song. He has a video to follow up with it. And you guys know him outside of the music. He's humble. Top 5 for a Guyanese artist. The first time ever, if I'm not mistaken. The first time.
Terry, don't mean to cut you, but Terry never made it into this kind of level and stuff like that. And Terry's iconic. You had Russell Hines and all these other guys.
I think you had Harish Singh.
Harish Singh, yes.
You had Rick Ramdehal back in the days. So we've had Guyanese that have represented us on that stage. But for a top 5 for an up and coming artist who prior to yesterday may have
about
not
to
been
be
the
about
case
to be a
around.
dad, correct? He did
Yep.
the
Yeah.
wife. They it's like been every day,
You can
right?
imagine.
Waiting.
You can imagine the stress he has to go through with preparing for this, having to work, having to provide, having knowing that another blessing is coming on the way. But all I know is that listen, I want to speak in the topic, but I can't because I'm so like personally invested into him. I made sure I did everything I could to make his whatever he needs to happen. And unfortunately, these are the results. As I said, am I happy with them? Not 100%. But at the end of the day, a top five for me is better not than not be included at all. And we're gonna touch on that when we talk about everybody. But
Now, there's a person just wrote this comment here. This year should have just been a wash until the pandemic was over. Then put everyone on one stage and let's see. What?
and let's see fire. No,
Let's see
no.
fire.
And you know what? And that's a great thing. You know why? Because what a lot of the viewers are not realizing now is that you have individuals like GI, you have individuals like Master Salim, you have individuals who are not in the competition, and names KI, Nishad M, Vikas Sahadeo.
Ricky
These guys
Jai.
have been Ricky Jai. I can't even call Ricky because Ricky's like in a whole class of his own. He's the one that paved the way for any of us doing anything here today. So it's now that you have these guys who are doing it year after year, they were in the same position that Vicati and Tony Cuts and everybody is in. And eventually, they've upped their game every year. They didn't get it right the first year. So the question comes now is Vicati thing over? Is Tony Cuts over? Is Benita over? Is Prince JP over? No. By far.
Now,
By far no.
as you know, and what you guys are forgetting and stuff like that, they were on an indoor venue in Sapa. No fireworks and all of that kind of other theatrics wasn't in it. So imagine you guys if full restrictions was off, this is a whole different ball game.
A whole different ballgame.
A whole
And
different ball game.
I can't tell you that Tony would have brought the same energy as GI. Vicati could have belted out vocals just like VJ Ramki soon or another artist in here. I'm just calling names just off of names. You can't imagine that knowing that so much Guyanese representation, or maybe a bigger announcement of this moving forward. So many more other people that are Guyanese would have invested as a singer to represent it. And you can only imagine that trendsetters like Vicati, like Tony like Tony Cuts, like Venita Willie have now opened the door for so many more people coming out of Guyana to represent on this stage. I'm looking at all the positives of it because looking at the negatives is not fair to the artist because I can guarantee you Vicati, Tony, Venita, even JT came in here with no experience for what they've seen on the screen. And
But
now to be part of a production and knowing that next year they need to come bigger and better and they will come bigger and better.
Exactly. You know, all the artists in them had a choice. As you guys see, the artists in them took it upon themselves to obtain sponsorship and blah blah blah. But their own personal financial commitment to the thing and whatnot, they did not have to enter. You know, they could have kept their money to themselves. And 36 people. Well, actually, 60. It was 67, 68, whatnot. Close to 70 artists decided I'm throwing my hat in the ring to try to go for this, right? Now, George did not have to do this, correct? George did not. But you guys who are just fans and whatnot, you got to give a lot of respect going out to George in regards to the fact that music is generated from Chutney Soca Monarch. If Chutney Soca Monarch does not come out, music is not coming out. And years and years and years before, there has always been 100 to 20 plus songs that is entered into the competition. That's just the entries. And there's other songs that is out there, but 120 something plus songs that are in the competition. And this year, under 70. So the content that's going to be put out there, if George does not come out with the competition, that drops it. When George made the announcement that, and I'm going to get to you just now there. When George made the announcement, right, that Chutney Soca Monarch is coming out and things like that. Thank you, Andre, for correcting yourself. When George made that announcement, then other songs came out. A lot of other music ended up coming out, and you're a perfect example. You were not entering into Chutney Soca Monarch, and then when they extended it, and then you heard about the New York part and all of this and stuff like that, you tried to rush a song and to put it in there because being a part of CSM.
Just for the representation.
Exactly.
But we already knew that we were equipped with what we had, and we know the people that the individuals that were in there. Like I said, that was their stage to shine because I already had that opportunity last year. And in order to grow this, you can't take the spotlight, and I realized that.
But like I said, you heard New York was coming out, and when you heard New York was coming out, you know what? Even though you had something that was bubbling and things like that, you had it on the back burner. You said, "Here's what. Let me try to get it out there." And if I remember correctly, you were 1 minute before deadline. Correct? 1 minute before deadline. So by George taking the initiative again and taking all of these different criteria stuff and all these headaches, it's a headache. You know, this is not what he does. The way to you're having people record and da 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 and send it in, and that's how you got to do a video premiere and whatnot. This is usually live. You understand? Real time. You are in the mix of it, and it is something else in regards to that final stage. Is these guys lost out on that experience? You understand?
And that's one of the things I was having with Vicati on the side of the conversation. I was like, bro, virtual is virtual. Being part of it is being part of it. But just stepping on that stage, and I don't want to use the word outsider or anything like that. But just being of a different representation than Trinidad's representation and stepping on that stage, it's a whole different experience from any performance that you've ever done. Last year, like I said, I was scared beyond scared because I had to follow Nishar because I was like, wow. But the thing is like these guys this year didn't have that opportunity. But do you think that if everything opens back up and there is a thing, do you think that Tony is not going to find his way to that stage? Vicati will not find his way to that stage. Honestly, like I said, it's a platform that was needed, and I'm glad that this platform was opened up because I can guarantee you, if this was a stage show and thing, who knows? A lot of people may have not known who Tony or Vicati was outside of their songs.
Well, and this is what. So somebody said if it was a headache, then don't have it. But you're missing the point. If he did not have it, the music would not be out there. If he did not have it, Vicati and them would not be playing in Trinidad and Tobago. Vicati, Vanita, Tony Cuts, you know, their music, because of CSM, they got so much more exposure within the Trinidadian community and things like that. This is what ended up happening. So, George, a lot of respect to you, bro. And actually, one of the other things, too, which I did see it and I did mention it earlier, and Randy would know, Puru.
Oh, yes.
He's a big part of George's management team, production team in regards to it. Unfortunately, today he passed. So these are the things that we're dealing with. We're dealing with things on the real. And George went out and put this on. So, like I said, I know you guys' personal feelings is a little mash up and things like that, but
this is a public forum, and opinions are a thing as long as it's not directly bashing anyone. But this is what it is, and these are the comments that the management of South X and the competition will see. Will know that hey, look at the love that we have for that everyone has for Guyana and for other places. And this is why we need to make the product better for them. Who knows? Maybe next year, George Singh will make a bigger attempt than he made this year to enhance the Guyana product, enhance the New York product, and make it better because he knows it's his brand. He knows that the country, the crowd, everybody is invested in them as well. As I said, like I said, my parents are from Guyanese descent. I was born over here in New York. Like I said, if it was left to me and we could hop on a plane, I would have went to Guyana and performed over there too. I mean, I don't think I would have I would have think if I took my mom and dad because they don't want to go. But like I said, they
scared with COVID.
Yeah, but I was ready to go over there and do whatever we needed. But of course, like I said, the time is different. And like I said, you have to give all the artists, not just the Guyanese, all the artists, the fair due of respect and congratulations for everything they did with the financial stabilities of their families and themselves. Nobody really helping to fund them. I know everyone's in here saying, hey, they got robbed, they got this and that, blah blah blah. But like I said, maybe next year we can properly create a proper fund to help these artists if needed. If you think that their presentation was lacking. But in regards to Ducati, like I said, I love the kid with all my heart. His presentation was definitely well done. He thought it through. Advice, he definitely seeks out for advice again. But like I said, top 5 in Ghana, it's a start. Like I said, I know everybody wants that first place, but sometimes there's other criteria, and of course there's a judge. I have no say in that. You have no say in that.
Right.
I can't do nothing about it.
Okay,
So Ducati's at 5. We'll let's see if we round up the top.
Guess what? The Chutney Queen is going to join us in a few minutes.
Oh, nice.
So we guys got to hold on until she reaches. So we're going to have the Chutney Queen is going to end up, I sense, she's going to join us in a few. Look at that.
Nice. Is she wearing her crown or?
Well, I don't know. She said, here's what, give her a few minutes, let her get together because I just dropped it on her. But
so you know what happened, right? You gotta make sure to find out what she
Be careful, Randy. So, like I said, for Vacati and them, this is a plus.
Yeah, it is. That's the only way I can look at it. I can only look at it as a plus. I mean, I can dwell on this and say, hey, you should have won first, you didn't. But the reality is, you didn't. So the only thing is that I'm gonna pull out the positives for it. I know someone said someone is only talking about presentations, but a presentation was a very big aspect because the song when it first came out, we know his vocal quality, we know his vocal singing ability. So now to take that and put it together with the presentation is amazing. He did it in the video. He did it. He could do it. He was capable of doing it moving forward. So, like I said, I can touch base all we want on this topic, but at the end of the day, the results are the results. I'm still going to support everyone that I'm going to support, and you have to give all the artists enough gratitude to know that even during a time like this, they still want to give the people the best product that they could.
So somebody's saying Trinidad had a big stage and venue and da-da-da, but listen, the pandemic prevented this. You guys know that this competition has been going on for 25 years. You fly from wherever you want to be, wherever you're from. You fly from wherever you're from, and you go to Trinidad for the semifinals. Then after that, and if you don't present yourself in the semifinals, right, you don't move on. So you consider, boom, you drop out. You would have to, Randy knows, pay for dancers, pay for your presentation, pay for fireworks, pay for all of these different things, as well as airfare and whatnot, and then go to Trinidad. Then when you then you leave and go back, and results is made and things like that, you find out that you make it, and what ends up happening? Boom, you buy another ticket, you fly back to Trinidad for the finals. Now you have to compete in regards to presentation, the whole 9 dancers, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and go forward. Can I honestly say, Randy, ballpark figure is roughly maybe $10,000?
Oh, after everything?
Yeah.
Finals too?
U.S.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
maybe even more when it comes to the finals.
That's what I'm saying. Making the semis alone, I could have paid my mommy water bill. Who knows?
So this is in regards to that part, right? How much, if ballpark, how much you think you invested when you went for semifinals last year?
Listen, beyond the one thing that I had to pay extra that the other artists didn't have to do in Trinidad was the flight and a place to stay. Remember they go to their house and they come, but they take that extra money and put it into like their production and their song and stuff like that. I'm doing the same thing they're doing, plus my flight and hotel. And if I made the finals, I'd have to do it all and then times it by maybe 3.
Right, because last minute airfare and things like that.
They released the results on that Friday, and I had to go look for a flight right away. And if you're trying to book a flight to Trinidad the week before, it's not no $100, $200 flight.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you see, this is what. So in a way, how this ended up happening virtually, they got to be a part of it.
Listen, the positives are the positives, but like I
Here
said,
goes somebody goes with his comment. Let somebody else win. Guyana can do their own competition. They
they do.
tried.
No, they do. They do.
Yeah.
They have their own competition. Last year, I believe Tony was third, Ducati was fourth.
Mhm.
Like I said, they've always been top notch for that. And like I said, one thing the Guyana Monarch actually stresses more than anything is original melodies and lyrics.
Mhm.
They don't accept any Balinese like or what is this new term? iPop.
I pop.
They don't, like I said, and some great songs have come out of Guyana. Now, where's everyone been hearing it? I don't know. Because unless you
Okay,
know
so
people,
perfect example. All these people that is advocating and stuff for Guyana, they don't support the Guyana Monarch then.
it's because hasn't been put on maybe hasn't been put on a mainstream as CSM, but like I said, Guyana Monarch started where exactly where CSM one started in 1996. And eventually, look, it's grown into a worldwide phenomenon. Nobody's saying the Guyana Monarch is not going to grow into a worldwide phenomenon, but this is now the opportunity to push that they maybe needed. That Guyana will do their own, and will continue to do their own, and boom, it will grow bigger.
Then larger Rishi Kaderu, who is a performer
Oh
as
yeah,
well. You know,
Rishi can maybe tell you because he was born in Guyana. He can tell you how the music scene is pretty much over there, and then coming over in the transition.
now this I know they're going to be working together because, like I said, George brings a different elevation. So if might be involved in the Chutney Soca Monarch in Guyana, that might help make this world recognition. This didn't happen overnight.
No.
26 years in the making, and this is you said it yourself. This is something that you look forward to. One of your dreams is to perform in the finals. Look, Ranjiv, who is the New York City representative, never ever performed in the finals, and he got to be part of the finals yesterday. You understand?
You've been talking to Natty too much.
Yeah, no, but it's true. I actually we said it when we had him on the air and stuff like that. GV made it on a final stage, even though it was an indirect way. But a lot of you guys in them art, I don't sing and stuff like that. But a lot of you artists, that's one of you will consider it a huge accomplishment. Not in regards to placement and things like that, but you will consider it a huge accomplishment to be in the finals.
All I know is that, like I said, it's something that we all aspire for. I know, like the American artists, everybody aspires to go to something like Coachella. In Europe, everybody aspires to go to something called Kwaku, I think it's called. Those are like the big stages. So in the West Indian aspect of it, Chutney Soca Monarch is. Do you need Chutney Soca Monarch to become someone big or someone better? Not necessarily. But in order for you to understand that, hey, this is part of the environment, this is part of the game that you're in, you invest in it because it helps you and your music overall. And that's one of the great things. You yourself, you just said it. You don't sing, but even as a media personnel, involving yourself with CSM enhances your brand because it is pretty much what you portray outside of CSM on a daily basis.
And this is what CSM sets the stage for the music that comes out every year.
And like I said, that's what it is. Like, for example, in an American market, every artist that wants to be on the American market dreams for a Grammy. Now, can you imagine a guy who go for the Grammy? Oh my God. And I can't say it hasn't been done because there are many artists who have Guyanese backgrounds and everything like that. For example, let's look at Rihanna, for example. She has a Guyanese background. It may not be the first thing that she portrays all the time, but like I said, so at the end of the day, not getting off sidetrack, the CSM is a stage that we all attain to try to get to. And for those of that do attain it, for example, we know the feeling, and for those of you guys that still haven't got it, please continue to try for it. And for those of you guys that are supporting us, even though you're not happy with the results, thank you guys for all your support. That's all I can say.
No, we keep getting sidetracked and stuff like that. We're not getting through. But so he was on Prince Navin Prabhu at number 4.
So one of the standouts of his performance, he brought on the legend last night.
Yep.
So in the year of the Chutney Queen, he brought on a Chutney Queen, and that lady, like I said, that was just an amazing. For example, just to see someone who we haven't seen in the limelight, and I can only imagine what that feeling feels like. Perform with your son or perform with your mother on stage, like someone that you grew up idolizing and gave you the value have. So that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I know not a lot of people are knocking him for the song's not original or the song's not this.
It's been done many times.
I know. I to that aspect of it, maybe a play on wordplay and stuff like that. But like I said, the results are the results. Like I said, it's a traditional chutney, top four. Said it shows some kind of relevance that it's still around.
So I agree that him bringing on his mom made a huge elevation into his performances. You can see the difference in him. He felt more comfortable with her there. And
I know a lot of people may think that made it a determining factor. I hope it wasn't. Because the song the wordplay of Hindi, especially if you know the Hindi, is great. If you don't know the Hindi as well, it's a little harder on you. So like I said, knowing that he came from that atmosphere and stuff like that was great. I know, like I said, a lot of comments may come in, especially for those that know the music, that it wasn't an original song or it wasn't originality. So how did it play so high? I don't know. I guess that one's not the judge.
Number 3, Thai, Vijay Ramkissoon and Daddy Chutney. Let's go with Vijay first.
Now, two presentations are on point. Vijay himself has an amazing voice. And one of the things that I haven't been touching on when it comes to vocally in the competition is that it's great that everyone can hear what they hear through the screen. But when you're actually in front of someone live and actually singing in front of someone, like singing in a live audience, it is a total different experience. For example, how we sound right now sounds great, but we only sound as great as the technology that makes us sound the way we sound. So unfortunately, I know singing quality and stuff like that is something that everybody's saying is supposed to be based on. Yes. And Vijay Ramkissoon is a great singer. Daddy Chutney is a veteran. He's a singer. So I believe he won a CRC competition, the Chutney Raja competition.
Yeah, a new competition that just came out.
Right. So these things are coming out. Do I think that there were other deserving artists that there are other performances that had a lot of the qualities that could have been placed in the top or higher or placed above some of these performances? Yes, but that's just me having an opinion, just like everyone else on the chat at this point in time. So, I mean, kudos to them for doing it and getting it to the point as well. As I said, me and Vijay might have a little vendetta on that because he wants to be the last man on earth. I want to be the last man on earth. So
Yeah. Well, this is what I definitely know you want to be the last man on earth in regards to the way how he portrayed everything. Oh man. So here's what people are saying. I'm dwelling on this presentation, but you guys are missing the point. Whoosh, going right over your heads and stuff like that. So until you guys are there,
Alan, they can definitely say that maybe you are because you're Trinity and I know you're not. My parents are Guyanese. I've been representing Guyana for I personally don't have the half of the love that Vicati and Tony is getting right now. But I'm not trying to big myself up. But my resume is way bigger than theirs.
And you're the Bungie Garland.
Yeah, like I said, so to me, to sit here and try to big myself up, I'm not doing that. I'm not bashing anyone at the same time. I'm just explaining to everyone that these are newcomers in the game, just like I was a newcomer in the game last year. Right? As much as I have accomplished, you always tell everybody about the White House, and we've gone to tons of countries.
Exactly.
Like I said, I've done the stuff, but you don't need to put it out there. But I'm glad that these Guyanese artists have the forte and the what they have at the moment. But at the end of the day, this is a stepping stone to get better, and I know that these artists will do that. Like I said, a lot of people don't know the behind the scenes work, so I'm not going to comment and say anything. I'm just going to allow I'm just going to allow our comments that we're seeing here just to be as it is. And like I said, big everybody in Ghana.
So, Daddy Chutney.
So Daddy Chutney's singing was nice. It brought a lot of elements of both cultures together, both of like the African descent and the Indian descent. Bringing it together. Similar to, I believe, it was Dr. Seals that had a very similar message in his song.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, over some of the other songs and everything, I felt that the other songs maybe had a little more weight over it. But I got to go back to presentation. The song was simple, sent the message, and he exemplified his message in the presentation. So if that's what they looked at it, that's it.
Master Salim at number 2.
This goes back to number 5. This goes back to number 5. Going into this competition, I had a conversation with some of the Guyanese artists. I won't say which one it is. And I literally told them, I was like, GI is GI, But your biggest competition or your biggest person that to compete against is Master Salim. I've known Master Salim for a little under 10 years now, and um, let me tell you something. There's not a creative note that this guy does not. You heard it over the years in all his songs. Everything, his stories have been amazing. Um, this one per se, I will not say that. Like I said, I know this might kill me right now. His vocals weren't as great as I know them to be. He caught at the beginning. He kind of drifted off a little. He caught himself in between. He has experience on the stage, so that was definitely a big factor on him. Presentation was nice. The song itself is something that people can relate to at the moment. So the message that was brought in the song, thing. I know he got knocked for originality as well. But like I said, one of the things that stood out to me last night is that almost every person that has known about Indian movies, you guys know the song that he took.
Yeah.
Kavi Kavi Gum is a staple in almost every Indian or West Indian song.
Listen, that's a song that every year I play for Mother's Day, and I cry because I remember my mom, that connection and whatnot. So every time when you hear his song, I revert back to that because that is a major, Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum is a major, major song.
So all I know is that this year on Mother's Day you can play that song, and then right after that,
bring a bottle. I can bring me and my
yeah.
mom don't drink, so I don't know what we're bringing. Maybe Pear Drax or something.
Yeah, there you go. He never said what kind of bottle. He just said bring a bottle.
Yeah, right. So I'll bring a bottle of water. Understand? But
So, but pushing into this competition, like I said, knowing that, like I said, based on experience and all the criteria thing. I had Master Salim, taking it. I won't lie.
So did I. I
had
did
Master
too.
Salim taking it because he's been away from the competition. I know he's hungry. If you notice, he has a new brand. He's a brand ambassador for a company.
Mm-hmm.
He's just hungry. He was just hungry, and like I said, but the only thing that differs him from maybe some of the other artists outside of GI is that he had the experience. He had the experience coming on stage. He knew what was expected of him. And he did not get that this year. He gained that prior competition. I'm talking like he had to go up to the likes of Raymond. His first year in, he went up against the likes of Raymond. Can you imagine?
Yes, 2013. I was there.
Year. How do you go?
Superman costume got stuck in the scaffolding. He was stuck.
Yeah.
And then he started to sing the first harmony, and then he got stuck, and they had to go and climb up there to help get him out. And that's how he came on the scene 8 years ago.
Guess, you know what? I'm glad that day showed him he wasn't Superman. That's all I gotta say.
And from pack up my car in Sawa to now, the elevation of him as an artist has come a complete 180.
All his songs have told a story. All his songs have spread a message. Some of them have been funny. Some of them have been onto the point. Some of them have just been great. For example, Ratini Cinema, Baka Siparia. All those things have amazing stories about it. People still vibe and groove to the music. It's just that he came strong. And one of the things that stood out to me is that in the original movie, they show the helicopter when it lands. He showed everything that was happening in the helicopter, right?
Yeah, which was great. Which was phenomenal. And then the same part with Shah Rukh, his foot touching the ground. The only thing is, he should have wheeled to his mom, where she looks out the window. Understand? Well, no, wait, she was in the temple, right? Was that when she was?
But let me tell you something. I know he be messing up after that. He'll look nothing like Shah Rukh. So that guy.
I know Janice loved his clothes. His outfit was on point, bro.
Like I said, and once again, as much as I want to stress it, the competition is presentation, it's vocal, it's lyrical content. He brought a lot of it. Like I said, I know he lost a little of that vocal control at the beginning of his performance, but throughout the performance is great. In between, he had a nice message as well. Closed it off. I know there's some criteria that may have been a little out of that he may have got points off for and stuff like that, but only individually will he know unless he was taking care of her.
So, I mean, unbelievable. Give him a lot of credit. Great presentation. Yes, he fell off a little bit in areas that, he shouldn't, but he hasn't been there, and he's done a lot to support his brother. in his career.
Mhm.
Because as we both know very well, 2019 doubles man. If he had only entered with doubles man, it was a whole different realm.
I just want to let you know this is why me and him get along. We did the same thing. We submitted late.
No, well, he actually told me we've had
Yeah.
conversations and stuff like that. He knew what his brother was planning with divorce and Beanie Man and this and that because that did not happen overnight. So he decided that he was not going to take part in the competition.
This is exactly and exactly what you're saying. That is exactly why I didn't do this year. It's because we come with the level of experience. Yes, it's great to put it out there, but the problem is there's so many rising stars, especially with all these Guyanese artists, especially like for example Prince JP that was coming out. So at the end of the day, why am I gonna add myself to not take away, but just be to kind of cloud that environment when I can just take a step back, allow them to breathe. So it's like I was happy to see guys like JP
Randy,
get
give me
that.
1 second. You keep
Sure.
talking. Give me 1 second.
So Prince JP got to that level. We had, like I said, all these individuals itself. So like I said, I'm looking at these comments, and like I said, it's a lot of great comments. I know it's a lot of people that are upset Guyana didn't win. I'm upset Guyana didn't win either. But my phone's blowing up right now with everybody messaging and texting.
Well, we could go through that. Nisha asked me to just give her a little bit more time.
That's-
Who
no,
she
that's
just
perfect.
called.
That's
No,
perfect.
but she needs some more time.
No, that's
So-
fine. So that's, like I said, we're gonna round off, like I said, with Stinky and GI, and then we'll talk about some of the
Other stuff
individuals.
to give Nisha some time because first time she's coming on air, women they want to make sure. So we're gonna hold off. You guys are. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for locking in. You can share the feed. Nisha Ramsuk, first time ever. Chutney Soca Monarch Queen is going to be joining us in a little bit. She needs about 15 minutes or so. So that's what she said. So we're gonna go through it. You can make your comments. Large up Rishi that says Salim, his presentation killed it. That's when I know that he will have first or second. And that was the same thing too. I said it last night. I kind of thought that it might have been a tie between the two of them, but if not a tie, first and second, GI and Salim.
I actually I would have actually liked that because next year when we would have got a chance to come back on stage, can you imagine two brothers
Going at it.
Oh, that would have as much as that. Like I said, they have it's a competitive nature. At the end of the day, they're brothers. They love each other. But they're both giving they're going their little to the culture. Like I said, they're allowing us younger artists to. I can't even call it younger. I'm older.
Number one, GI.
Yeah. Listen.
1 sec, don't mean to cut you, but my mom keeps saying that he did a church thing and whatnot, but it's presentation of the day. It's not about a church scene and whatever like that. His portrayal of his song, as you guys know, is in regards to people passing during the pandemic and things like that. And, so before something adverse happens to someone, let's have a drink together, enjoy the times and whatnot. That's his take. That's how he's doing this. Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, Gi know what he was. Gi know what he was capable of. Last year, he came with Anna. Filled that stage up with everything that we could talk about. But
every market,
every market,
every market in Trinidad and Jamaica.
I think the market of Liberty by 114 was. But what do you call it? It's just how he brought it. Now, like I said, based on the points that we're talking about with limited dance or stuff like that, I don't know I don't have the criteria against that. I mean, only the artist really wins. So that's where it is. Now, another thing we were watching last night, especially at the what? Go ahead.
1 quick second, we have a guest that's joining us. Hold on, let me bring him on.
So bring it up, kids, right now.
So I think he's playing something in the background. So Daddy Chutney, if you could just mute that in the background. We're hearing Big Rich. I can hear you. We could see you, but I'm hearing Big Rich. So let's just watch out. So here's what one of our tied artists for third place, but he's the king of the CRC competition. Daddy Chutney, my brother, congratulations. Best wishes to you, bro. Randy's locked in here. We're just going through this a little quick, and thank you for joining in. How do you feel, bro?
I feel good. I feel very good. To see again the acknowledgement within the industry that I've been in for so long. So it feels.
Now, and like we said, your song, Merenam, you won a competition, a different competition. You came in third. Now you're one of the guys that you're one of the guys that have been in this a long time. This is not today
Oh, well, yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this is your highest placement ever in the competition, as well as
Yeah.
winning another independent competition. And you're in the running for a third competition on the next side
they
and
want to
stuff
see
like that.
FM Chutney Road match condition, yes.
So, how you feel?
I feel good. I feel good. I mean, I feel blessed to get such a powerful song, and it means a lot to me.
Now, Daddy China, you probably seen and everything like that. Guyana's going insane, saying that they got robbed, they got this, they got that, and whatnot. We do know that the artists in them had some big songs and things like that. Now, somebody like yourself who is a veteran in this long time, and you're now receiving the respect of your culture, of what you contribute and your culture. You help set the foundation for Christmas time, parang music, a writer, and whatnot. You've been working lots and lots of years and stuff like that, and you're now receiving those blessings and receiving that respect and things like that. What word of advice can you give the Guyanese artists and them and the upcomers and so forth?
Well, I think the Guyanese artists are very good. I love hearing them doing their thing, and they just have to continue and keep at it because it has plenty guys out there. When Kurt Allen win with the beating tongue, it's 25 years he was coming for win a road match, And at Guyanese, the artists wonderful. They just keep doing what they're doing. Because the world is seeing now. Keep doing it and don't stop.
Now, one of the other things that, and everybody's saying that I'm harping on this, but as you know, my brother, I'm behind the scenes. I've been there with you guys and stuff like that, and whatnot. Me personally, my thing is that the Guyanese artists and them didn't come through on presentation part. You understand? And I say presentation is a big key. And to guys and them who constantly enter into this competition, you have to come good. It's not just besides the vocal and things like that. You have to come correct and you got to come legit and things like that. So why did you do your presentation that you did? And I know you have the knowledge and thing like that. But why did you do the presentation that you did?
Well, my presentation was all about my song, selling my song and who I am. If you watch it back anytime, you'll see I had the Chinese influence, the Indian influence, we had the African influence. That's what my song was about. So my presentation was about my song and nothing more, nothing extra.
And this is what you portrayed, the translation of your song.
Yeah.
That's what that was. And in
Yes.
regards to your actors, I can probably word it like that, actors and things like that, you set out your script and so forth. You didn't just use a basic LED wall or whatever and stuff like that. So these are the things I'm telling everybody, and you're an artist that's in it. And like I said, I'm involved in CSM so long. That's how I know these are the things that they look at. This is what's looked at. And
if it is you're talking about presentation and we want to stay on that point, I guess you just have to, I mean, this is the first time they all, I think, will be taking part, not so?
Yes,
Right, so, I mean, you live and you learn. Everything will come to in God's time. Always remember that. Always remember that.
Correct, bro. Correct. So, one of the other things too, Chutney, my brother Rishi Gayadeen, I know he's extremely proud of you. Your song is making some major movements.
Yeah. And
So,
thank Rishi because
Randy, anything you want to say?
No, as you're saying, I've been in the business for quite a amount of years, but only 3 years ago, I came back into the competition with Selena.
Correct.
Yeah, so
Randy, go ahead. I'm just doing something right here. 1 second.
No, it's okay. No, congratulations, Daddy Chutney. Like I said, you've been revolutionary ever since your Delina Dan days. Trust me, I remember those days. So, like I said, for you still giving back, and for example, one of the things that I definitely have to commend you for is that you put that originality in there. You're trying to make it better for the future, for us.
And I love being totally original always.
Yes. That was one of the definitely highlights. Like I said, even if it's a song that didn't catch people's ears because they didn't know, that was the whole point, to just put something forward. It was also a good song that teaching the younger ones who don't understand the culture or straying away from it to understand, hey, where it came from, where your grandparents came from. So the lyrics are on point and stuff like that. So I have to commend you for that originality.
Thank you. Well, you understand
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking about while brain of course. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
So, Chiny, before I let you go, because we're going to have another artist who's going to jump in here in just a second, but before I let you go, brother, what do you want to say to the king and the queen?
Congratulations. Let them keep doing their thing, and Daddy Chiny will keep doing his thing. Look for me.
Love
right.
it.
Look,
Love that.
Chiny, congratulations. Love your brother. Much success. Good luck on Tuesday's results, bro. All right?
Yeah.
So here's what I'm bringing on our other artists. All you guys know who that face is? All you know who that face is? Here's what. So Chiny. Yeah, man. So Chiny, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. All right, brother. Thank you very much, Chiny. So thank you, Daddy Chiny, for joining us. Let's move the main man to the main area. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most talented individuals on this planet. He's a dolak player. He's a tabla player. He is a writer. He actually won CSM a few years ago with the jingle as the write-in. Yeah, as a write-in. The popular vote. Yeah, the popular vote. Well, give us that jingle, bro. Give us that jingle.
By gunshot tango, and chicken, aloo, crab, body, pumpkin, curry that with Maggie,
Maggie for the win.
Hey, Alan, he was currying that with Maggie, and last night he was, I come in here for GI, I come in here for GI.
Yo, hold on, wait. You know I'm going to ask you to do it in a couple minutes, okay? You're going to have to do it.
No, don't.
Yes.
Please don't.
You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it. So,
Mommy will get vexed, boy. Mommy will get vexed.
Your mom's not watching. Don't worry.
Mommy is watching this. Mommy been watching and listened to last night.
Sitaram, auntie.
She is. Trust me, I'll get a blowout, and I ain't for that right now.
Oh, my God. I so want you to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, now here's what, brother. Shahrukh was the only thing that would have made a difference, probably in regards to that. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Salim, second place winner of Chutney Soca Monarch. Congratulations. As I don't think you heard it. I know you went to temple and things like that. You didn't get to hear us, but 8 years ago, being stuck in a scaffolding in a Superman tights, your jockey shorts and everything like that, got caught in the thing. Man and them had to come up. I was on stage. I was there. You understand?
I still get beats up for that boy.
You know, I had to see them pull the man jockey shorts to bring him off so he could finish his performance and things like that. You know, one of my brothers, long time in this business, Master Salim. How do you feel with this extreme present making it to second place, bro?
It's good, man. It's good. I went out there and I did my thing. And I left everything else up. That was it. You know, my job is not to judge, or it's not my job to criticize or anything like that. My job there last night was literally to go out there, bring my A game, and go home.
Mm-hmm. Now, compared to the other years, as you know, and things like that, nobody saw what somebody's presentation was. And I know artists didn't get to see anything like that. Dancers and them would know what's going on. GI was moved to last. In regards to the original stuff that we had, I knew that GI wasn't last, but they ended up moving him to last. His presentation, that's your brother. For those of you guys that don't know, Master Salim is the younger brother of the Chutney Soca Monarch King, GI. I don't think ever two brothers have gone up against each other in Chutney Soca Monarch. Based upon last night, I had the feeling that it probably could have been a tie because you both was there. You know, a couple of things that we know, you was a little off on your vocals at some point and stuff like that. How do you feel in regards to that? You know, like this is what is being said and things like that. I think the only thing presentation, you know, you helped last year. We had market from Jamaica, market from Guyana, market from all the markets in Trinidad and things like that. And presentation, your brother took it to an extreme level that we have to give him credit for. You know, to bring these different elements that he did. How did you feel when you saw that? You didn't know anything about the presentation and stuff. So when you watched this, what went through your mind?
We talking about last night or
last night? The
year?
presentation last night.
All right. So even before we get into that, I would tell you because you were saying something about the vocals and whatever.
Yeah.
There was two literally. So this that
Yeah.
was the only thing that was a little bit shaky, and I knew it even while I was on stage.
Right, because you fixed your earpiece when you.
Right. So the minute I start, I
catch
knew
back.
where I was going.
Yep.
Right. This I just spend my money was a little bit sharp, but it happens while you sing live, right? You can't judge vocals live to vocals when it's recorded, right? It's two different things because you're on stage and you're putting out energy and whatever have you.
Oh, and you had energy, bro. You had energy.
In terms of your next question was
What did you feel when you saw GI's presentation?
right. I liked it. Honestly. Yeah. I mean, both of you here on this live know me. I know that I am probably as real as it gets.
Oh yeah.
And if I don't like something, I will tell you I don't like something. I don't care whether it be a private platform or a public platform. I'm not one of those to.
You're not one of them poppy show kind of guys.
Yeah.
He did that to me last year, so I know. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're not one of them poppy show kind of guys. And this is what you always speak real. And that's one of the things I definitely respect about you. As you know, I've earned a lot of respect in this business because I don't sugarcoat anything. You ask me my opinion, I give it to you honestly because that's the only way, you know, and I've earned that right. And you know that, right, bro? That I've earned that right. If you ask for my input on something, I give it to you honestly. You either take it or you don't, or don't ask me. So I'm not the yes guy, and that's you. You are not a yes guy. You are not the guy, boy, best song, da-da-da, best song. You will tell them, this is what you need to do, bro. I feel that you should have did this or you should have did that. Your other brothers on here, Randy, you guys push one another all the time, you know?
Randy is good, love.
Yeah.
He is good.
Yeah, you guys push, right, you guys push one another, and that's your job as one of the phenomenal writers in this industry, right? That you have to push people to be better.
Alan, just to cut your point out, not to cut Salim off. Even though he had his Anna Banana shirt last year, supporting GI, he had to be the most mental coach in my head throughout the entire time. I give him all the credit. Literally, every day I did something wrong and my foot went out of thing when I was practicing. He's like, yo, take all these things. And that's what I'm saying. That's what he is as real as they come. Like I said, he's supporting a whole different camp, but still helping someone still better. And that's what you got to give him credit for.
Imran's presentation, I liked. I did, honestly. He did his thing, you know, and if I had to criticize something about his performance, I would have said, I would have hoped that he would have used the stage a little bit more. Other than that, I was okay. I was okay with it. I knew going into the competition that he was going to be my competition, and he knew that I was going to be his competition. I don't know if it's a DNA thing, but My
Now,
thing, my thing is I went to this competition and I knew that I was going to do what I need to do to make sure that it was not a walk in the park for not just GI, but for anybody else.
but this is what the semifinals. They said it, and I believed it. You were the man to beat. You were the man to beat. So, and when I after what did I tell you last night? Right after the presentation, he came for you because he knew he had to go to that kind of level in order to beat the man. And you're a loving brother in regards to you respect your older brother and so forth. That you're there. You supported him last year. I mentioned it earlier. 2 years ago, Doubles Man, you did not enter because Doubles Man gone clear, gone viral, and you knew the effort that he was going. Beanie
He was
Man.
really putting a lot out that year. That year,
Yeah.
yeah, he did put out a whole lot.
So here's what. Actually, I don't know if you mind, but GI just joined in actually right now. So here's what. Let me bring him on. I'm going to bring on GI, the king, and then we have the queen, Nisha Ramsuk is on. So we have
And this is a setup thing, man.
no, this is we have number one, we have number two, we have Nisha Ramsuk, the first queen. Salim, what do you want to say to the king and queen?
Hats off, good job. I think that everybody did their thing, man. Everybody did their thing. Everybody went out there and it was a good show. I knew who I was going to. I knew who throat I was going for, and that's exactly what I did. And I knew, and if he's there, if he wants to admit it, he would know that it was not a walk in the park last night.
No, it was good competition, but at the end of the day, and you know how I operate?
Well, let you know I didn't come. I didn't come last.
You've been part of this camp, bro. You know how I deal with this. But
And you
congratulations
also know.
to you. You did me proud, and I messaged you and I said I am very proud of you. You did very good, and continue doing it. I only see one day to come that you will take the crown.
From your head.
Not from my head.
So we are hoping to lose it before I take it from you?
No, probably I could just step down and say go ahead.
Nah.
Nah, joking. Nah, but all good.
Good.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who wears the crown. Artists will come for that, and that's all good. But all in all, Nisha, congrats to you as well. I had the opportunity. I looking at the performance this morning. I looked at it over again way before the results, and I woke up this morning, and I found it was deserving.
Now,
Nisha did her thing.
Salim, before I let you go, and I'm gonna bring them on. Anything you want to say before we wrap up? And congratulations on number 2, bro. Phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who has continued to support me since I pack up my kind sour.
Jockey shorts on the band on the thing, man. You understand?
From then till now, to all those people who continue to support me, it really means a whole lot to me. And look out! There's new music juggling right now in studio. That's actually where I'm heading, and stuff to be come out. And to Trinidad and Tobago, who's looking on, don't be distracted by anything. Right now, Trinidad and Tobago is on a mission where crime against women and all of that, and for us to keep that focus head on that because we still haven't gotten the end results for that we want to get or we're hoping to get. So congratulations again to Imran and Tanisha. Thank you again to Alan, to you, to Randy, to
Thank you, bro.
Ting. Family stick together. You know that
Yes, bro.
we preach
You
that
don't
every
know.
day. We preach that every day. much love to everybody. So thank you guys again for having me. And I don't know how I exiting from here, but somebody
I'm
out
gonna
exit
yeah.
me.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. It's not a setup thing, GI. So here's what.
Nah, nah, it's all good. It's all
But
good.
here's what.
I
Let
just
let me
listen
go
to.
to ladies first. We're gonna go to ladies first. This beautiful young lady made history this morning, just a few hours ago. Brand new Chutney Soca Monarch Queen title, and the first winner is Miss Nisha Ramsuk. How did you feel when you heard your name called?
Alan, cousin, good evening to everyone who's locked on. I was speechless because I never experienced something like this. It's the first time winning something like this, and it was really an honor. When I heard my name, I was like, "Are you serious? Was that my name? Did they call my name?" And I started to cry. I really did. I mean, I'm supposed to be happy. I am happy, but I started to cry. I
And
felt
tears of joy.
tears of joy. Yeah.
All right, so here's what I'm going to go to our two-time Chutney Soca Monarch King, my brother, a long time. Now, I've seen this guy. He started out, the first time I saw him was back in 2000 on stage. I don't think I ever told you this, but it was Bollywood Fete in Valsain with Karma. And the impression that you guys made to me back then, that's when Karma just first came out and stuff like that. And then, boom, man went over to Delina Dan, big tattoo and everything like that. And then touring, we became close and so forth. And then years ago, he decided to branch off onto his own, you know, and Hojeram took him to a different level. Rain and Rum, Divorce, Beanie Man on stage and thing. You know, we didn't get to reach it. Came out with Anna. Boom, gets the Chutney Soca Monarch. A few weeks ago, you said that you didn't know what direction you were going to go in. And then I believe about a week or so ago, Defender of Chutney Music. And you got to do it and you got to come out. And how did you feel knowing that you accomplished the mission that you wanted to accomplish in regards to being the Chutney Soca Monarch King 2 years in a row? Congratulations, bro.
Thanks a lot. First of all, thank you for having me on the show. Nisha, congrats to you as well, darling. Job well done. Um, I hope I'm looking like a fireman. I don't know if I have the physique and thing, but
I don't know if you reach that level. You need some more push-ups and things like that.
yeah. I was about to train
Oh
soon.
no, no,
Nisha
he's
inspired me
fine.
right now.
He's fine.
Woo! Check out the smile. Ooh, he's fine. Look at that.
Yeah, Nisha inspired me right now, so you know,
She
hey,
she would know.
aspire to be aspiring fireman. You can
There you
never
go.
tell. Yeah, but you know, first of all, Alan, you know, thanks to God Almighty, the highest of high, because I am not a pundit, but I am a praying person. I will get up, I will do what I have to do. It takes you a couple minutes to the day to to just thank God for everything, for the blessings, the guidance, and the protection. So I start my day, that's every day, no matter what, you know, and nothing is possible without the blessings of Almighty God. And bro, when I decided to defend this title, I know we had a conversation. Um, I wasn't. I had one foot in, one foot out, and I was like, you know, not really going on. And I was kind of skeptical because what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Because there's no money making. Let's be real. No artists are making any money. But you gotta find a budget to go into this competition. And I mean, if you look at my presentation alone, you could tally the bills from there, right?
So imagine if you had more time. What were you gonna do if you had more
Right.
time?
So I mean, I had the time, but I didn't make up my mind in terms of whether defending the title or not. But then I was like, me not defending the title is like giving somebody else a free opportunity. It's not really bringing nothing to the table, right? And then defending the title is in the most downtime in the industry around the world, music industry. That is, I'm not really defending the culture. So I decided to go with that slogan of I am defending the culture. So then we decided, you know what, we're going to defend the title and we're going to give it our best. Then we started to do work, started to push. I did the music video, released it. And then the song started to build differently because I wasn't really putting a lot of work into it. because we have no gigs going on, we have nothing going on, but yet we putting on music to, just to please the people. But once I go into competition mode, it's a whole different ball game.
Now, and then I'm going to go to Nisha in just a second. Your presentation, bro, I mean, I was amazed because I don't think ever there's been ballet dancers brought on stage. The mogul jumbies, the whole white background. Then when you have the LED costumes and stuff like that, this is not something that's easy, bro. And I mean, you, and I said it, Salim, and you heard it. Everybody was saying it. Salim was the man to beat. Salim was the man to beat from the semifinals and things like that. And I did not think that you were going to be able. We know your brother's creativity and stuff. You both possess that, and with him being the man to beat, the presentation that you came, going clear.
Well, the thing about it is, in the semi-final round, I will go for semi-finalists. But when you're coming up against me, I am the man to beat. You understand? So
yeah, well,
telling my brother, you are the guy to beat in the semi-final, and telling him you are the man to beat in the final is two different things. I wear the crown. So now, first of all, the judges said that for the semi-final round. But when you come to the final, you come to my show, you come to my stage, because I am the current Chutney Soca Monarch, and whoever holds that title, that's the respect you give to them.
Now, divorce presentation, Beanie Man, Game of Thrones, and stuff like that. Anna, you brought Trinidad, all the markets out of Trinidad, all the markets out of Jamaica, all the markets out of Guyana, and I don't think there was like maybe 1,000 people on stage in regards to that presentation. And now, this presentation, a whole different thing. What made you create this? How did this come about?
Well, you see, I can't take the credit for these things. I have to go on stage and do my part, but I have a great team, Alan. I have to say, they've been working with me from the get-go, and we have structure here where GI is concerned. We have structure. I like to micromanage, but I just get boots out quick.
Well, yeah, the boss has all the say.
But at the end of the day, bringing ballet to the stage, it ties in with the song because of the meaning of the song, and ballet expresses through dance emotions.
Yeah, I agree.
Drink Together is an emotional song, and ballet is an expression of dance movements that brings out emotions in music. You understand? Hence the reason for us going to that, and it was never done on the stage. We had a lot of limitations, so we had to find ways to really put together this to wow people. The LED suits, right, is in the party aspect of the song. So it all ties in with the song. Now, I mean, George will probably release this probably tomorrow, further down, but from the judging score sheet, I was basically more than 30 points ahead of the second place winner.
Really?
From a judging point, from the judging score sheets. He told me that he's going to put it out in public.
Okay.
The voting aspect of the competition, out of 100% of votes, I were able to score 60% of those votes. So it shows that the GI fans came out.
That's a great plus. Give me, GI, hold one second. Let me go to Nisha about her presentation and stuff like that. Nish, your presentation, I mean, the fire element on the stage and all that stuff, and we mentioned it before, you're a firefighter, you're in that industry. When I looked at your performance, the one thing to me, the fireman, he looked scared. That was the only thing. So he probably needed GI to come out there, you understand, because we know he flexing, he ready. He's showing his guns and stuff like that. To me, that was one of the downfalls. That was one of the downfalls in that. And I really thought Reshma, who had a phenomenal portrayal and everything like that, would have moved ahead. But great performance. Like I said, you did good. If you're fireman, boom. I mean, tell us about how you put together your presentation and the choosing of your actors and things like that.
Well,
on fire. She's on fire.
Hear me, right?
Yeah, we're hearing you good.
Yeah, because I was not hearing when I
sorry.
headphones, right? My presentation, basically, I came out a little not so aggressive in the semifinals, but in the finals, I had one main person that was
Can't
pushing
see
um,
anything.
this performance to be what it came out to be. Shahid Ali, he did the entire production on stage because he said, Nisha, we're not going with the same old Nisha. We want to go with something. We want to go with something that somebody's not going to expect. People is not going to expect Nisha Ramsuk to be, this way that. And he said, I'm going to beat that sass out of you. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna do your best, and that sass is going to come out on that stage. In terms of preparation, we did a lot of rehearsals. We went on probably we probably ran like about 12 rehearsals, and
12.
yeah, we probably ran about 12 rehearsals. In terms of my dancers, I think this is my first time, so for me, it is really a great. I mean, I am speechless. I am still speechless. But after last night, when I looked at everybody performance and I saw GI performance, I was like, oh,
I know.
I was
All of
like,
us.
wow. And I even listened to one of his interviews when somebody was interviewing him and he was talking about his presentation and all of that. And, he kind of give people a little tip. And I knew that I could have told that yeah, I'm gonna win this crown again because his presentation was like wow because oh my gosh.
Yeah, I told you, everybody.
Alan, I am so speechless. I am still so speechless. This is like the first time this happened to me and I am so happy.
And one more question before I go back to GI. Your daughter, how did she feel when she heard the news?
Well, I did this performance because of my daughter because when I recorded the song Fireman, Rishi Mahato called me. He said the song is ready, and I said, Rishi, I'm not ready to drop the song as yet. He said, why? So I told him, due to COVID, I don't want to just, put out the song because it's a really good song. And Mr. Singh came up with, we're gonna have the Chutney Soca Monarch, and I was like, I'm not sure if I want to take part because of COVID and all of this. And my daughter said, Mommy, I think that you should release your song and enter. And I thought about it. I thought about what she was saying, and I released the song. And when I released the song, I did not register as yet. Um, Probably 2 days before the registration date, um, I went, I registered, and he sent me. And but today I am the Chutney Super Queen, and I am so happy. It's a great, great, great feeling. And my daughter, when she heard my name, she was like, "Mommy, you are the queen!" And she just dropped her phone because she was recording me looking at the television because
Oh,
we
really?
hooked it up on the TV, and she have the recording. When we got the result, I started to cry. She started to cry. We all started to cry. It was really a good feeling, Alan.
And I'm glad for you. And this is what, as being a powerful woman, being a role model to your daughter, and to accomplish something like this, I could only, I'm very proud for you. And I know everyone, women in general, that the first step has been made. And now you're the one that did it. The first step. You made that first step. Congratulations. So here's what
Thank you.
let me switch over to GI for 1 second. My brother. Now, GI, as here's one of the things that I keep talking about, right? That Guyana's in an uproar and things like that. As you can see, that in regards to they should have placed higher and this and that and the next thing. And I know on the back end these different stuff. Presentation is key, and unfortunately, those guys, to me, presentation-wise, did not reach to the level. And you guys who are experiencing this, you've been in this over 5 years plus, trying and working out different formulas again and again and again and again. If they could have done it, yeah, no problem. But I know they lacked in that presentation element. Now, two-time Chutney Soca Monarch King, what advice can you give other artists in them in regards to, because you're the man, You have brought a different elevation. You know, a couple of years ago, Nishad Meru and Nival and stuff like that. Their presentation, different levels as well. And like I said, you went with Anna. Anna, boom. Now you have elevated the game in presentation. And that is a big component in regards to winning over the fans this year with text voting and with COVID and all these kind of things. What would you say to them?
I mean, Alan, in all honesty, I just had a conversation with Avinash Rupchan from Guyana, right? Because Avinash and I are personal friends.
Brothers, exactly. This
Yeah.
whole industry is a fraternity, sorority, everything.
Friend.
Everybody works together.
We will talk and laugh. Even yesterday last night he was online making some comments and I was commenting too and laughing. Me, him, Joey, Ramuta, all of us are great friends.
Nati made you. You was the first queen announced by Nati. You understand?
Yeah, and like even W.R. Riaz and I had a conversation this morning after he looked at my show, and his exact words was, "That is how a king defends. That is how you defend. You don't defend to lose. You defend to retain. You defend to own your space. Because if you go back to the days of when they really had kings and the wars and so forth, when you go out to battle, you're going out into battle to win, to dethrone, if it have other kings there, in other spaces. And you said that presentation is key, and I think that yes, presentation is key. But the guys did well. They did great. Tony, Vicari, Vanita did extremely well. Prince JP. I think that was the Guyanese inside, right?
Yeah, the 4.
Right.
Correct.
Is it 4 or 5?
4.
Oh, no. Damian
Randy didn't enter
5.
this year.
No, Damian was the 5th person outside of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, correct.
And just like I started, now there's not much advice I could give you, bro. We need to do our homework. Right? I did my homework. Right? I went into the Monarch and went to the mentality that I have this in the bag. I win already. My song is the biggest. And come second. Bring Beanie Man. Shake up the whole Skinner Park. And still play second. But I fell short, and only afterwards I was able to correct myself. There was no one giving me advice. I was able to correct myself because vocally I wasn't 100%. And I was able to correct that mistake moving forward into Anna and now into Drink Together. But we all need to do our homework. And if you go to school and you get homework and you don't do it, and you go back to school, you think when the time comes for grading, you will get grade?
This is what. Now everybody's saying give, that they should that they didn't give it to them and they deserved it and whatnot. What is something you would say to that? Because I don't think this is not a giving thing. This is not to
well,
give.
There are 5 judges. There were 5 judges at the competition and a text to vote element, right? If you wanted to give somebody something, they need to bring it to the stage. They need to impress the judges. Now we look from a judging point of view. 5 judges and the people, which is 6 judges in the entire competition. Right? And I was able to top the judging, as in the physical judging, and also top the voting aspect. You know, so which means the people were saying something out there. And I understand because I also had the times where I was feeling like not to go back in the competition and why it is I even bothering with this, but I never gave up. I started my first enter into the Monarch, I played 6. And I thought I was going to win. I come in Skinner Park with a crane 300 feet up in the sky. You understand? Go on the next year with a big song, Lona, and then even make it to the finals. Then come again, give me rum, get 4th. Then come again with Divorce, bring Beanie Man, big show in Skinner Park, sell off the place, and come 2nd. And then go on again with Anna. And finally, place 1st with Anna, and then come again with Drink Together, because I was doing my homework.
Now, Randy, why don't you jump in, Randy?
Well, exactly what I said. Last year in the semis, he came right to the back. He says, "Reckless, welcome to the battlefield. Stay alive or die." That was his exact words in the back when he thinks. So at the end of the day, like I said, he is speaking right. It's homework, and this is what I'm trying to stress throughout the entire time. Like for example, this is not Nisha's first walk in the park as well. I actually got introduced to her from our mutual friend in Trinidad there, Marissa. She actually introduced me to her many years ago, and her lyrical content has been great. But like I said, her performance speaks for itself. Her vocal quality, the originality. But when it comes down to exactly what Gi said, it's just knowing that you don't always get on the first round. If you do, you only have to work harder to make sure that it continues. But if you don't get in the first round, don't get discouraged. Keep going for it as well.
Any reply, Gi?
No, no, no. I mean, yo, at the end of the day, you just can't give up. You just have to keep going at it. You have to keep going at it.
All right, let me bring Nisha on for a quick second here. Nisha, the homework you did your homework. You understand? Like Randy said, you wrote your own song. You portrayed what you did your story in regards to that. What do you have to say in regards to what Randy's saying there? And what GI, his advice. You have to do your homework. This is not something that's handed, and you have to do the work. And you've been doing the work for many, many, many years. And to reach this now, like I said, you're the inaugural. This is the first time ever that a queen was brought in. You will always go down in history of now being that first one. You know, what advice or what remarks you want to say?
I will totally agree with the king, GI. Um, Homework is very important. Um, Last day I know how I felt when I did not make the finals, and I took that time and I did my homework, and I am getting super clean today, and I'm very thankful. And you just have to um, basically build, because I have been trying, Alan. I have been trying for the past. I don't want to lie. I have been trying for the past 14 years in the Chutney Soca Monarch to make a finals, and this was my second time in the finals, and I'm very grateful. And I did my homework. I did my homework, and I went out there and I gave it my best. So homework is really important.
And exactly. So congratulations there. Now, the unfortunate thing is we are in a COVID situation, and GI knows. You know, one of the main things about being a king, and now in regards to yourself as a queen, to go abroad and to be out there, you know, to bring your music to the fans and them and whatnot. We're probably looking at maybe before you guys can go on the international level, probably 6 months before that happens. You know, how do you feel about that? That your reign is on pause in regards to being put out there. How do you feel about that?
Me, right?
Yes, Nisha, you.
Um, Having the title alone is really great. For me, I know I would not be able to really perform and go out there. Um, Not much of you may know, I have never toured. I only perform in Trinidad and Tobago, so I have never done a show internationally. So yes, it's a bit sad that that I wouldn't be able to go out there and you know carry my music out and perform. But I am
Now,
still grateful. I am still grateful for the
so,
title.
and let's hope that shows and things. Now, before I wrap up with you and we go over to GI, anything you want to say to the people and them out there, my dear? Nisha?
Alan, can you repeat? I'm not hearing you.
I said before I'm going to wrap up with you and let you go. But anything you want to say to the people and them out there, and thank you for joining in. Like I said, I messaged you guys last minute, so I appreciate you guys joining myself and Randy in our little thing here and joining Weeting Radio for our quick interview. Once again, congratulations. But before any words that you want to give out there to the people and them and stuff like that.
Yeah, I must say thank you to God for life and for health and strength. Thank you to my parents, my entire family. Thank you to all the supporters. I'd like to say congratulations to GI and to everybody who took part in the competition. I know everybody. At the end of the day, there would be one winner, but everybody went out there. They did their best, and um, I would just like to say, never give up. Always keep trying. Because I never gave up. I always continue to try, and I must say special thank you to my dance group, the Surya Mika dance group, led by Shahid Ali. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it. My fireman, Jeremy Ali,
We kind of
and
lost you.
everybody who
Okay.
is done. Thank you, Alan, and everybody who supported me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, there. You look gorgeous, phenomenal performance, the whole nine. We got a queen, guys. So congratulations going out to our first Chutney Soca Monarch queen. Thank you again, dear. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So here's what we're gonna go to the man. We're gonna put him on the hot seat once again. GI, GI. Randy, any questions you have for GI?
Honestly, like I said, he did make a point there just now that even I forgot in thinking. As much as he knows that me and Salim have a closer relationship than me and him, Salim was the one to beat, but obviously he's the king. He's the one that sits on the throne. The person that you go for is always the person on the throne, not the person that's in front of you trying to get to the throne. So he did. That was definitely great advice, and that's something like I said, because throughout of all of this, even with him not being part of the semis, Salim had the best performance. The other artists definitely used that as a platform, but when it came to the finals, like he said, the overall goal was supposed to be to come for him. So that was
GI?
definitely something.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I made that point clear. Matters who sit on the tune, whether it's me or whoever it was. I mean, when we had Nishad and Nival there, I was going at them. I wasn't going at, and not physically, but where the competition is concerned. And I was
Right.
able to, to get on the tune. And I mean, sitting on the tune for the past year, and I was able to retain the tune again. So, I mean, sometimes somebody saying to an artist, hey, use the man to beat could also work on your psychology differently. Yeah? So those are things that you have to keep in mind that, all right, cool, yeah. All right, they tell me that, but still, I ain't reached the real battlefield yet. That is just like a warm-up. You understand?
Right.
And I using these terms is not in any violent way. It's just basically, if you read the books from long time of the kings and and how the thrones and all these things, you'll understand.
Now, and a kind of play off of everything. You put yourself on the throne 2 years ago with divorce, and you didn't make it to the throne, and now no throne aspects at all, and you're in it for 2 years in a row after the fact.
I mean, such is life, right?
This is what. So your Game of Thrones is coming down the road and things like that. Now, same thing, GI. COVID, not touring, and you're a man that wants to be out there. You love being with the people and them, and thing. That's one of the benefits of being a king. And unfortunately, for your first year, the brakes was mashed on you. And right now, and I'm like I said, my guesstimation is we're looking at maybe 4 to 5 months before anything even happens and stuff like that. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, straight up, bro, that sucks. But most importantly, I was able to retain my title. And when the borders do open up, I will be the reigning Chutney Soca monarch of the world, and I'll make up for it. I'm pretty sure people are thirst right now, and they need and they want entertainment. So when it do happens, it's gonna be big. It's gonna actually. COVID is probably doing a good for the industry right now, because when you think about it, the show started to downgrade for some reason. And with this time off that we got, it's going to come back with a bang. And everything is going to be sold out, and all the shows is going to be rampacked.
And I hope so.
No, I almost sure about it, bro, because the Caribbean community, their whole life is party and entertainment. And we like these kind of things.
Okay, that's correct. But I'm involved in these kind of things, shows, promoters, and all of these different kind of stuff like that, right? The unfortunate thing is, and promoters and everybody puts these shows together. You come out, you guys leave your home, you're leaving your family and thing, and they come out in small numbers and stuff like that, right? Everybody's supporters, and but when the artists and them are there, and look, Larger We Boy, Raj, Island Mix, this is a perfect example. They'll go to the Maroon 5 concerts in the tens of thousands and all of these kind of things like that. But when our artists come from abroad, they don't support these shows, and the shows in them was dying. And a lot of the times it was in regards to promoters and them said, you know what, I don't want to do this and thing, So and that motivation and that encouragement to sing for people and whatnot. When a show now. Yes, COVID did give a kick in everybody's ass about, when these guys come, let's support them. And your song reflects to that fact of the thing is, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and if you're here tomorrow and if you're here to be a part of, to be in a show or whatever, let's have a drink together. Let's lime together. Let's enjoy this moment because exactly for that, we don't know. COVID taught us the fact that we took for granted the shows that you would come to, the artists and Raymond and you and KI. Those are guys who are fortunate enough to travel. I remember there's an event that you went to in Tampa, and unfortunately people didn't come out. And this is what I bet you right now, because of COVID and with the restriction, everybody has to be seated and GI comes out there now, they're gonna come out.
Exactly.
This is what you have to support the culture, and if you don't support the culture, it's going to die. And COVID is that kick that I think this
is a learning lesson for us all. I mean, I would hope that we could walk out of COVID situation with learning a lot. And even just pay attention to the song that I sang, Drink Together. Don't be fooled by the name of the song. The song is deep in meaning. Without having to say COVID and without having to say certain things, just listen to it and let it really soak in, and then you'll understand the direction I went with the song. Because I think a lot of times we take life for granted, and we take people for granted, and we take everything for granted. And when they depart the world now, then we'll be like, this one was a good one. We should not be like that. We should not be good. We should not be living together. Life too short, bro.
Exactly.
Life too short. And I mean, some people, they have their family differences and stuff like that, but at some point in time, togetherness is what is conquer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So, I mean, I hope people could learn lessons from the song Drink Together.
What's the lesson that you want them to learn? What's the main lesson you want them to learn?
Before it's too late and we never have a chance to see each other, let's have a drink together. That's the lesson.
Okay. So
I want them to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
It's deep. Because when God calls your number, it's over, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what happens after that. The lesson in this, Alan, is basically come together. We need to come together as one people, not Guyana versus Trinidad or Trinidad versus Guyana versus Jamaica and all this kind of thing. That's nonsense in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We all are one Caribbean people because Guyana is like second home to me. When I go to Guyana, for matter of fact, at times I get better treatment in Guyana than I get in Trinidad. Right? And that's me being real, nothing against my people.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, we represent one set of people, Caribbean people. No matter what country in the Caribbean you're from,
mm-hmm.
we are the West Indies. So you had to remember that.
Now, one of the things that I say that, as you know, just a little while ago, Guyana versus Trinidad and blah 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 blah. It's other people that's doing this. The people in this industry don't do this. We are all joined together. All look at myself and Abby Tunes and Bacchanal Radio 103, 106. We all hit different demographics and stuff like that, but we all work together for the promotion of our culture to put this out there. The artists in them, Avinash Rupchan, I say this all the time. He worked with with
Yeah,
Karma's band,
Avi
Delina
work with
Dan's band,
Avi work with
everybody. Yeah,
Avi's like a Trinidadian, no?
but this is what no, but it's true. He got
I
to
tell you,
tour. He got to tour because of his affiliations with the Trinidadian bands, and he learned and things like that. So when people say Guyana versus Trinidad and this and that, Guyana's better, Trinidad's better, our industry does not do that. We as artists and them, you guys as singers and what, you guys are not in that. You guys work together. You guys are collabing together and all these different things. Look at, like, I mentioned about Climax. Climax helped a song get to a different level. That was a song from a few years ago. And if Climax didn't jump on that, Vanita would not have been able to be in the CSM finals for people to advocate for her. So that Trinidad and Guyana bridge, KI with Bacardi, Ravi B and Tony Cuts is something that's probably in the works or whatever like that. GI and somebody is probably in the works and things like that. Everybody works. You've done stuff with Terry and things like that. Stuff that comes through the Pungalunks. You're one of the main man behind the scenes working with that. The industry is united, but it's the fans and them that causes this division.
No, and I mean, we had to realize that I will come to a show and I'll have Guyanese artists there. Randy's one of them. And they jumping and waving for us too. So this Facebook war thing is nonsense. Because I have to take 2 drinks there. Them forget about that, and then when the party, let we have a drink together. I singing, Randy singing, it doesn't matter. Trinidadian jumping up, Guyanese jumping up. Yo, at the end of the day, we need to realize that we are really one people.
And you're playing harmonium for them. You're doing something for them.
What is the difference between me as a Trinidadian and Randy Reckless as a Guyanese?
None.
Is that difference?
None. And I say, and because Randy,
it doesn't matter to me if I go by Randy and he cook chicken curry or curry chicken. It doesn't matter. It has curry in it. I will eat it.
The only problem is you might add a little more pepper, and I can't have a pepper like that.
Well, right. That's the only thing. I like pepper, but that's our next thing. This one boiling curry chicken, the next one boiling chicken curry. I don't care. Just give me the food. I will eat it.
Yep.
That curry in it, I will eat it.
Exactly. And like I said, you guys who are the fans in them that want to cause this war, right, between Trinidad and Guyana, there's no problem. Defend your country and whatnot. But in regards to here, right, music, there's nothing that says only Trinidadians need to listen to this. Only Guyanese and them listen to this. Everybody's listening to this.
Let me use an example. Soca music, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the books that it was created in Trinidad and Tobago, right?
Mm-hmm. Steel pan as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Watch Shorty. I was the inventor of Soca music. It was a fusion of the African and East Indian drums.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's a documentary on it. It's on YouTube. Go and search Shorty. And now Soca music has expanded down the islands. St. Vincent, St. Lucia.
A Grenadian won $2 million a couple of years ago.
But it all represents what? Soca music. Not Grenada versus Trinidad. And not Skinny Fabulous is not a Trinidadian, and he works closely with Marshall Montano. So why it is I can work close with Bacardi or Avinash, or why it is it can be vice versa? You understand? It has something called the Daenerys segment or something like that, where Moto and them into now. Right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, they have this style-based still soca music. You understand? So Moto will come to Trinidad and he will work with Marshall, he will work with Kessie, he will work with everybody. So why can't be the same for us?
And like I said, the artists in them do that. Artists in them do that. Look, you said you spoke to Avi earlier and this and that. Avi's worked with you, Reyes. How much videos did Reyes make push with your song or whatever like that? Playing everybody music,
Reyes is a good friend of mine. Avinash is a good friend of mine. I had the opportunity of meeting Bacardi once a couple of years ago in Guyana. Tony actually used to live in Trinidad. Mm-hmm. Tony used to live in Trinidad from what I gathered. So, it's a cool scene with us. I mean, Ravi B endorsed the Guyanese artists for the good work. I endorsed them for the good work. I think KI endorsed them for the good work. Good work is good work. Give credit to the good work, and nothing wrong with giving credit to a Guyanese artist if he did good work. I have a great amount of respect for Terry. Terry Gardner, for many years. I was a little kid when Terry was in this industry, and the industry was booming with him. Terry basically used to live in Trinidad.
All the time. He was always there.
He was a member of Delina Dan back in the days.
Perfect example. Look, Terry messaged me this morning. Terry was right here. You know, I had CSM, but Terry was in South Florida. He messaged me and he asked me, Al, who won and my input and whatever like that. And I did tell him, to me, unfortunately, that you know, Vicardi and Tony, presentation-wise, didn't reach there, but they did come a long way from semifinals. I made him watch your presentation last night because I said, you know, he was and Terry and Damien shared the stage last year. Trinidadian and a Guyanese was performing together, and when I told Terry, I said, Terry, the honest truth, last year was nothing compared to this year. And he's like, are you sure, Al? I was on the stage. This is, we're WhatsApping each other. He's like, I was on the stage, and he blew me away in regards to what he did for his presentation with Anna and thing like that. I said, Terry, it's just like 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, Terry, go and watch it. Trust me. He's at the end of the whole thing. Go and watch it, because last year is joke compared to what he did this year. And then Terry messaged me back after watching it. He goes, and he even told me, he says, Al, you're involved in this long time. I respect your opinion and whatever, and this, that, the next thing. This is before he watched the video. And then he came back, he said, damn, you're right. I didn't think it was possible. And
yeah, and Terry is a veteran in the Chutney Soca industry, not in Guyana alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of the foundation guys.
He's a world veteran in the Chutney Soca fraternity.
Yeah,
I've toured with Terry all in Europe, all over the place. I've been there all over the world with Terry.
Mm-hmm.
And he have a great amount of respect. Because you know why? He gives respect and he gets back respect. What he give to people, he will get back from them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I have a certain amount of love for Terry and a certain amount of appreciation for him and what he did for Guyana culture. Right? Mm-hmm. And by extension, now the Chutney Soca fraternity around the world. He represented Chutney Soca music, not Guyana alone.
Right. And for 27 years, 27 years, Terry Gottraj has been the icon of that. We had Mystic, who, you know, due to personal reasons and whatnot, he was the one that was coming up. Guyana's been coming, and this year you have 4 main people that put the country of Guyana on their back. And, you know, with JP and Vicardi.
That in itself, I mean, let we look at other competitions here. Let we look at Soca Monarch. They had involvement from down the islands, other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But eventually, Mr. Killer, who is not Trinidadian, was able to capture the title.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to keep going at it. You have to keep knocking at the doors. You have to keep doing your homework. You can't just sit down and expect, well, you know what, I get a big song, and that's all good. I'll come and sing my song with 2 dancers and be fine. No, it don't work so.
And this is what I said.
Back, look at past presentations from Ricky Jai, from Ravi, from myself, from KI, from Nishad and Nival, from all these guys who won, even from way back before that. You understand? And you know, you don't have to follow everybody. You have your way of doing your thing, right? But it's about doing your homework.
Now,
and I be telling you straight up that I did my homework, and I mean now I don't really do much homework. I don't really do much homework where that is concerned anymore, because our vision is so into the future now. Our look here is when we close our book, we leave that book there, and when we come to the next year, we open a new book and approach it differently.
And the work starts from now. The work is not, you know, December and thing like that when the music's supposed to come back out.
And maybe some of the artists is not as fortunate as myself in having a team, a proper team around to do things for them, right? But I once started without having one.
Now, one of the things, and I don't know if you know this, but in 2015, for the 20th anniversary, I was part of the presentation for Ricky and Ravi with the Rocket Man going out and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
everybody's talking about big song, and that song was not a big song. The song was a very good song in regards to the elements that Ricky had wrote to target what it is. There's a science to this. There's elements that make up a king or queen or whatever like that. It doesn't matter that you have 6 million views, 3 million views, and blah, 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 blah. Everything resets when it comes to the finals.
Exactly. You remember there are panel of judges sitting there, and your work is to basically cover the criteria to ensure that you impress the judges. Right? I mean, there's a criteria, there's a judging criteria, and every artist who's in the competition will know that. Right? But you have to go out there. According to what you're saying, nobody don't gain nothing. They don't give you
No,
nothing.
they don't.
You need to go there and work for it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? If I was thinking like that, if I had that mentality, and probably Salim would I win?
Yeah, because
I would have said, you know what, I's GI, I's the reigning monarch, so they will give me the title. No, I knew it was on, and I had to bring it.
And exactly that. So, this is what I had said. We know what Slim was, the creativity that he has, the creativity that you have, and you going into the finals, you changed your direction because you knew what you had to do, and you didn't just pass them by an inch, you passed them by miles in regards to presentation. This is what it was. This is what it is. Because to me, we all know his song, and this is my take, right? To me, his song had more forward than your song in regards to...
Yeah, because we only recently started doing the marketing behind Drink Together. Which
exactly.
Now, in Trinidad, now the song just basically was on the freeway and just going on the
cruising
fast lane and start to take over.
Right. So this is what. So in regards to the road that's coming up and da-da-da-da, like I said it last night, you guys right there, neck and neck, and then boom shot, the presentation. Stratosphere and whatnot.
Yeah.
And now,
even now the song in Trinidad right now, and I know even around where Chutney Soca music is playing, the song has really shoot up in the last couple of weeks. After the music video, we dropped the music video, the views started to go crazy, and it started to get the attention from a lot of people. Even the Guyanese people started to like rail inbox me. I was seeing the comments from Guyana flags loving the song, Trinidad flags loving the song, other countries, down the islands, people from New York, Miami, you know. I mean, out there, people will tell me, yo, the song playing in the mix, it's playing, the Vicardi playing, yours playing, Tony playing, it's a mix of the same BPMs, right?
Right.
So you know, again, Alan, when you do your homework, you strategize, right? When you strategize, you're able to move forward according to plan, right? When the video dropped, the song instantly, actually people didn't even know the song exists until the video dropped. A lot of the people, I started to get a lot of Guyana traction from Guyana. I mean, Ria's playing the song down there, but the video, I think it touched a certain part in people that I think I win them over to liking the song.
60% of the votes.
Yeah,
60% of the votes mean something.
Those who didn't, who probably was not aware of the song, they are aware of it now.
Now, one of the other things that they see for the last 3 years, because even maybe 4 years, because with Rain in Rome, you had the waterfall of fireworks and this and that or whatever like that, but making it rain on stage and thing. 27, CSM 27, when they hear the name of GI in it, they have to think twice in regards to their presentation. Right, Randy? 4 years in a run-in, raining fireworks and this and that, stage, Beanie Man, Game of Thrones, a whole market and thing like that, and now you brought angels and all kind of thing.
You gotta be lucky G.I. came out on stairs in heaven. Can you imagine if we actually had a stage? He might have felt like a rocket ship or something.
Possible, eh?
You give him the capability that he'll do it.
Possible, very possible. Because of the limitation, I had so much ideas to wow that presentation even more, but too much limitation. So, we had to work with what we had.
Yeah, no fireworks and stuff like that.
Yeah. Minus fireworks, Randy.
But I'm just saying, right? But this is what I'm saying. Imagine if you had your fireworks and all this stuff, firepower behind you, and this is what CSM is. It is a mega show. I tell
But
everybody
honestly
that.
speaking, I really enjoyed the show at Supper. I really
Being
enjoyed
indoors.
the show. Yeah, I really enjoyed the show being indoors. But I mean, I also enjoy when it's outdoor as well. Now. So, but it was really nice, in that environment to present your song in that theater environment. Now, it was nice, and I mean, it kind of hard, yes, because I like the two. maybe George Singh can look into probably doing the semi-final round at Sapa, and once we could go outdoor, do the final in our outdoor space. But I mean, all in all, I mean, I experienced the outdoor and I experienced the indoor.
Now, one of the things that I had said that I gave an idea to George, I think if they do the semifinals on this virtual level to allow all these other countries and whatnot to take part and to be in it and whatever, and then for the finals, live stage setting, live presentation, the whole nine, fly into Trinidad. Hopefully, COVID is not going to next year. We got a handle on everything. What do you think about that?
Sorry, I didn't. I couldn't hear that, Fab.
No, I said if we do a virtual type setting for the semifinals, right, that people from all over will be able to enter and this, that, to the next thing. And then finals now, then you come on the stage and you got to bring it, because that way it's level playing field for everyone in regards to that aspect. And you get to experience the magnitude of Chutney Soca Monarch.
Yeah, I mean, that's something the promoters of the show will probably have to look into. But I think it's cool. More we could get people involved from around the world is better. It brings more competition to the competition. It also brings more unity to the competition. Because now you have artists from all over the world is going to mingle with artists from Trinidad and Guyana and etc. Then we get to share different cultures and experiences and build a more family relationship within the artists. So I think that's really good. I mean, you can never tell. We don't know where Chutney music again is be playing, Like, Korea or something, Chutney playing to, and
Marshall was in Korea. They were surprised how Soca is over there. So exactly, Chutney music is on the cusp.
And I think Southex and George Singh really, you had to give them that credit, because they took a real brave step, to do this competition in 2021.
I say that.
And hats off to George, hats off to his family and the Southex family, because, in this pandemic, you just go on and just do Chutney Soca Monarch. I was like, is this man insane?
And you know how George does production.
This shows that George will continue standing up for artists and continue fighting for culture, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, around the world, because he opened up Chutney Soca Monarch to everyone. And by extension, all the other people that was involved in it, Ranjiv, W.R. Riaz, Vashti, yourself, Randy, everybody who was involved, but to some extent, you all were involved in the competition. We tunes, everybody, we Ting, everybody, was just one family. And the main focus was the culture.
And that's what it's always about.
Right? So George taking his bold, brave step, I mean, take a bow. George, take a bow.
So congrats there. Now, Randy, anything you want to say before we let the man go?
I actually just saw a comment in here, and knowing Gia is a two-time now, and he's had the experience of every year he's been part of it. He's actually moved up a spot to where he is now, and that's going back to what I was saying before. Sometimes it doesn't happen in the first year. I can't really recall anyone that has happened before. If I'm not mistaken, the only person that just entered, but he's built himself over time, I think was Raymond in 2013. I think it was the only time he entered, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Raymond placed last, I think, 1 year in competition.
There you go. So
Radhika was the only person that ever went into the competition and win. Outright.
But 2013 when Ray won with Married In, that was the #1 song that was out there and stuff like that. But once again, the whole aspect was everything was there. Everything
Yeah,
was.
but although it was the number one song at that point in time, it still boils down to Raymond and Ricky going head on to each other.
And
And you
Drupity.
had to bring it. You had to
Right.
bring it because
Now,
I believe that the 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 competition, once Jai in a competition, Jai know that stage, you know.
but
I
also
mean, no offense to
remember,
Raymond, but Jai in the competition is Jai. Eh?
but
He won
also,
9 times.
but also remember, Drupity had Indian girl, and the only difference was if she had Marshall come to the presentation, it gone clear. That was the one thing, that was the difference to me being there, that if Drupity had Marshall, she could have won that year. That was the
Even
difference.
let me even use Ravi as an example. Ravi. I was part of Karma when Ravi entered Chutney Soca Monarch, and in those days you had to sing 2 songs.
Yes,
And
right.
Ravi placed last. But he worked his way. He never gave up. You know, he keep going and going and going and going and going. The same thing with me. I entered 6 years ago, placed 6th. Then didn't make it to the final the next year. Then placed 4th. Then placed 2nd. Then placed 1st. And then come and place 1st again. Retain my title. So it's a work in progress. But during those years, I was doing my homework. You know, so I was able to, overcome situations as they presented itself.
Now, let me ask you, anyone who's a shock to you that that name didn't get called or anything like that?
To be quite honest, bro, there's 24 people in the final, right?
Yeah.
And whether your name called or not, you're still a part of the final. So your name there.
In the list.
Because of the time frame, I am sure the promoter dealing with, because of the time frame, he had to call a certain number down. But 24 of us went on that stage and gave our best, what we could do within our limitations. And 24 people were in the final. Whether your name called on the top 12 just now or not, you were part of history, because we crowned the first Chutney Soca Queen. That's history alone. And then we are part of history because we had the Chutney Soca Monarch in a pandemic. So we all will go down in history, 24 of us.
Well said. Any to round up before I let you go, brother? Anything you want to say?
No, basically, I mean, we covered everything, basically. I mean, I was happy to be here. I only saw your message. I was just dealing with a bunch of interviews all over.
I can imagine. Thank you for taking the time, bro. I mean, it was
No,
last
that's all
minute.
right. Always, we go way back. Thank you for having me. To all the people that supported, to all the people that still, forget if you support GI or not. For the people that support Chutney Soca music, thank you. Whether you're a GI fan, you're not a GI fan, you're a Tekadi fan, you're a Ravi fan, you're a Raymond fan, you're a Master Salim fan, you're a Randy fan, you're a Randy Request fan. It doesn't matter. You're a fan of Chutney Soca music.
And
Thank you for your support.
And before I let you go, as your song says, everybody gonna mend their fences, mend their relationships and stuff like that, and come together?
Well, on my end, it never had an issue because I know where you're coming from. Right? And it's still don't have an issue on my end, but I mean, individuals had to, wake up and realize that life too short, for
Life is short.
whatever reason you pull back or, decide to stop talking to people and things for, you had to come to the realization that listen to the song and understand the meaning of it. So
let's all come together.
Yeah, I cool on my end and I always cool, bro.
Nice.
Because look, even I had messages from KI and stuff this morning when the results came out, and I didn't get to respond to him as yet because same time I came on the interview to you, but I will respond to him. And I mean, a guy is telling you good work is good work and credit must be given for good work. That shows the personality of the person. Good work is good work, because I will reach out to Avinash. I said, my voice, and I said, bro, the band sound real good.
Yeah, bro.
I even making a joke with him. I say, but you take Joey arrangements and make it sound better than if Joey was playing it.
So, and you know, in all kicks, oh boy, you had a chance to be the king and queen this year based upon Nati. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Boy, Nati's a crackhead, you know, but I'm a boy. Nati's a cool guy.
And this is what this is a relationship that everybody have, man. You know, everybody
Nati,
kicks and has fun.
bro, I don't let social media get the best of me, you know. Social media is there for people who want to vent.
So,
And if you just want to promote your thing, promote your thing. Nati's a kicks, man.
so are you vexed that Nisha took your your queen crown?
Yeah, upset with Nisha. Supposed to tell she that, Nisha upset as they take my queen title, right? That's wrong.
That's what, bro.
Nati cracked me up with that yesterday.
Yeah, man. Thank you once again for taking the time. I know
Congratulations.
it's busy,
Thanks a lot, bro.
congratulations. Things are in the works. Go tell them the social media handles and stuff like that. We still got to run down some other stuff, me and Randy, but you know, thank you.
Yeah, no, see, I'm check me out on Instagram at GI_music, Facebook at GI Music, Twitter GI Music, all social media platforms basically GI Music or GI_music. Check me out. Send me inbox me. I basically try to respond to as much people as possible. But at some point in time, I respond to everybody.
You go.
So, and thanks to the support again. I mean, to the entire CSM family. Thanks, having Chutney Soca Monarch, giving us the platform for us to represent. And, I look forward to greater things to happen, not for only me, but for the industry and for us all.
Once again, brother, on behalf of We Ting family, myself and Amelia Ashwarya, congratulations on the two-time reigning Chutney Soca Monarch King. I really pray and hope that COVID is going to allow you to reign the way that you want to reign.
Yeah, boy, I want to come out and sing Anna and thing real bad out there.
You want somebody to grab the banana, right? We know.
Well, we'll deal with that when I reach on stage. Right,
Salute!
Thanks again for having me.
Thank
and
you.
to everybody, thanks for the support. I love all you. Keep all your head high. And we keep pushing for the culture. Because before it's too late and we never have a chance to see each other, oh, let we have a drink together. Salute.
Salute. Thank you, bro. Thank you. So, bro, we were lucky, man. We had the king and queen. Second place, my brother, Master Salim. Like I said, he was the man to beat, bro.
Even at third place. Tied for third place, too.
Oh, yeah. We had one of the third place, Daddy Chinese. This is a pretty good day. And this was not planned. This was not planned.
Like I said, he had some good advice. I know not everyone is going to enjoy, some of the stuff he said because they're just in a little awe of Guyana. And like I said, we all are. Like, it's a point he just said. It's like war, Think if we were actually going to war with Guyana with guns and swords and everything like that. Of course, I was looking at it from it if Guyana was to lose because Trinidad had a bigger army or vice versa. We think, but at the end of the day, I don't know, man. It's unity. Like I said, we all preach it. We all go for it. At the end of the day, like I said, divided. Yes, we're gonna root for our own people because that's just that's the sportsmanship in us. But at the end of the day, there's an overall mission to be looked at.
Now, one of the things that we wanted to go into, so we went through everybody, and we even had them come on and stuff like that, so which was definitely great. So large up to them, everyone that joined us. The names that are not there.
So I'm gonna speak it straight up and blankly as it is. I'm gonna speak the first one and the only one that really pops out to me is Prince JP.
Why is that?
Prince JP because not because I know JP as it is. JP has never been that Salim performer. His voice, his words, his story, his lyrics have said everything about him. You watch his semifinals performance, you could see the nervous, you could see the shakiness. I'm not saying it because he's from New York. I'm not saying it because he's from Guyana. I'm just saying it straight up as it is. You saw him come in the finals. The man owned the stage. There was no holding back. There was nothing about him. You could just see the confidence in him. The man came out with his flag. He didn't care if he was he didn't care if he had to put on a jacket prior to coming to the recording because it's snowing cold outside. He came to represent the land that he grew in, the land that he knows sun, the land that he knows where he can climb coconut tree, not shovel snow. all these things, and he just commanded that stage. And I don't have words. Like Damien's name too as well, but like I said, Damien has tasted already. Damien came with a traditional. He came and his presentation was great. It's just that this year it was supposed to be something for JP, and I'm a little distraught that it's not. He wasn't there.
And I agree in regards to that fact. JP was completely different from semifinals to finals. That is 100% correct. And but Damien to not to be in that area is a shock to me because his presentation, Chandani and Omar and stuff like that, Rishi and the band, yeah, everything was on point. He was on point. I don't know, and this is the thing in regards to. It was a tough 24, as GI had said. It is a tough 24. Should he be in the 12? It's going to be hard to say who he overtakes, but I definitely do think his name should have been mentioned.
Listen, you had Ty. Like I said, you had this time tell me elements of thing. Like I understand that some people may listen to JP's song and be like, oh, it sounds like this or it's not, but overall, it doesn't. He did take elements of other songs. Like I said, he properly used them to make it his own. And like I said, I don't like, for example, compared to like to Master Salim song. You start off the song, you already know what song.
Mm-hmm.
With JP's song, you're so involved in the lyrics, and then his music, the video production is great. It's great. It's just like I felt especially like I said, coming back to what I was saying about some people doing their homework and stuff. This was one of the guys that had nothing to do with CSM prior, and then all of a sudden,
right
on stage, you can see the progress. You can see what he's done to bring himself forward. On top of that, you're singing with a band who didn't make the original production for your song.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have to learn a whole new aspect of music. You have to learn a live performance aspect because JP used to be one of the prominent front lines of Sakti Strings. Coming to New York after all these years, can't tell you the last time he sang with a band because I've sung on enough songs.
Yeah, it's always tracks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So to throw all these elements at him, I don't know. I want to give some kind of credit to him for even attempting it. On top of that, like I said, he has a great family. He's he's hustling out here. He's and what's even worse is that he's representing two brands.
two countries, and this is the thing. JP's a man. He works at night. And then has to put all this in regards to his presentation and all these things like that. It's hard for him because, like I said, those guys' recordings and stuff was during the week. It wasn't on the weekend and thing like that. And when you're in this country, you got to go to work.
I got yelled at at Ranji for not coming to the recording. I was like, "Yo, bro, I had to work. I'm sorry."
And I know you've been busy now. And
it's not even that, but these guys have to take time out of their normalities. They have to take it's money out of their pocket on top of the money they had to spend. But you got to give them the credit for what they did, and you got to give credit to Ranjiv and the entire team. I got to shout out Extreme Sound because. Man, I know what those guys are capable of, and they went above and beyond their game for this.
And you can't tell your boss, hey, I got to go tape Chutney Soca Monarch finals tonight.
You know what's so funny? I actually did that last year, and it worked. I told him I got to go to Trinidad for Chutney Soca Monarch. He was like, okay.
No, do we thank everyone for locking in with us and staying with us and things like that. I know we've been talking and yapping and getting everybody's take and everybody's feel and thing, but. Before we get ready to go, and like I said, we've been on for a while, Randy. Thank you very much for joining me and thing. And I think it was pretty good. People got to vent. People got to say what they wanted to say. We got to hear from the artists and them, which was great. I really appreciate the artists and them joining us on today of a day that they got their results and things like that. In regards to who do you think from these group of people, who do you think might be the ones to look out for next year?
To be honest with you, I'm going to go right back and give all the Guyanese artists, literally. This is not the end of the road for them. It's not the end of the road for me because even before yesterday, before we saw the watch party, we was talking to the New York camp, like I said. So we're going into next year. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
We're going into next year, not so much for the aspect of we want to be part of Chutney or we want to add our names to it. We just want to enhance the product. New York came with a great product. Guyana came with a better product, with a good product. There's more artists that are going to be joining the Guyana camp, and New York or America, I'm sorry, USA is definitely going to be on the watch as well because I'm not trying to be biased, or you can say it as well. We outshine all the production teams.
This is what.
And then who knows? Like I said, Canada. You never know. Canada may come back bigger and stronger than all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to expect, but this is the world we live in now. We don't know what tomorrow is gonna bring, and just like I said, you just gotta live each day with a smile on your face and just love in your heart. That's it.
And let's hope everybody does. You know, big thing. Not the Trinidad and Guyana stuff. You know, let's come together. Like I said, Randy's my Guyanese brother. You know?
Honestly, the only thing that I think Guyanese and Trinidadians should fight over is a CPL. Literally, it's the competitive nature already, and yes, it's a team versus team. Like I said,
and this is what even when the CPL is abroad over here, right?
Yeah.
The biggest drawing crowd all the time is Trinidad and Guyana.
Yeah.
You know, when they play each other. Mm-hmm. So now, one of the other things too on my side is the fact that my brother Master Salim, he's a guy that works on the back end for CSM, helping writing, helping this and that. He's been off the competing side for a little while, and he came out this year. And my man came. So, and I know that, and I know. I'm looking forward to next year because what Salim could come out with, you know, definitely in regards to his songs, you know, in regards to his lyric and things like that. Definitely in regards to his lyrics and stuff like that. And presentation wise, he is a boss. He is a boss. Unfortunately, with the others than them joining, I couldn't get him to sing for us a cappella and all of this stuff like that because Salim is, and you have a story, and I just want you to let everybody know about that story, right? We talked about that the other day when he was in Florida in regards to his creativity and how he is and how he reads a crowd and everything like that.
Yeah. So this goes back to Devin. So we had booked, me and him, we had just, got to know each other well. We vibed really well. He was very influential to my ear. He was just as upcoming. As I said, he's younger than me by a couple of months. But like I said, his ideas and his experience is amazing. And like I said, what he does on the Dolak, like I said, we do just on the Hummer. So we have that aspect where we compete and we try to make ourselves better. And he had booked for Gemini Bash. And he went on, and so this is not, just let you guys know, this is not the first time GI and Sticky have been at each other's throats or for each other when it comes to competition. At GI Bash, both of them performed, and both of them were trying to bring their A game and of course, little B is in between of that. So of course, I got to try to bring my A game too. And it's just how he attacked this crowd, knowing it's an American market, in the middle of his set, out of nowhere. For those of you guys that have seen, this, I know all the 90 babies are definitely going to know that. He dropped Fresh Prince of Bel-Air out of nowhere, and this crowd just sang with him. He didn't have to sing a word of the song, and the beat just dropped. And it goes just to show you that, the amazing creativity he has. And, when he said he's the master blaster, it made me whatever to you guys, but this guy is beyond creativity. First of all, if you could put Harry Potter in a Chutney song, you are creative. I'm going to tell you this much.
And like I said, the Maggie commercial and all this stuff like that. So, he would have won that, He was winning that with Maggie.
But I know for a fact, if I'm not mistaken, I know for a fact that a lot of the Guyanese artists are very disheartened at the moment. I am disheartened because it's like, you're representing a country and you're representing as well. You put out all your hard work and stuff. At the end of the day, it really comes down to exactly what there's a reason why he's king. He said it himself. You have to do your homework. Sometimes it's not always what you have to look backwards to, it's what you have to look forward to. That aspect last night with everybody dropping comments of, what does ballet have to do with it? There's bigger meaning. If everybody knows ballet is a soft expression of thing, and that's exactly what he meant in his lyric. You don't have to get riled up to make, life the best of life. The best people I think in life is the ones that work in silence. I've learned that personally through this entire COVID.
And exactly. Now, one of the things from everybody who's made their input tonight, thank you to Daddy Chutney, thank you to Master Salim, thank you to Nisha Ramsuk, thank you to GI and stuff like that. what is one of your biggest takeaways from this? Because you're a person that's going to enter. You understand?
No, we're gonna enter, but when it comes to entering, it's a whole different aspect of entering. Like I said, I won't say anything. Well, maybe we'll have a conversation later, but it's a whole different thing. And the only thing you can do for me is just not to enter. Don't enter just to enter. You enter to enhance the product. Now, like I said, you brought an amazing product this year. We can only do to enhance it. We can't do the same thing they already did. So we are gonna come bigger. We're gonna come bigger. And I know everybody's talking about this competition is a presentation. It is a presentation that involves all other factors, but anybody can go up there. A perfect example: when Indian singers like Kumar Sanu, Udit Narayan, when they go up there, they're singing, but behind them, they're dancers, there's a band. Those are aspects that
or the movie clip is playing on a screen and stuff like that.
Example. Yeah. So it's like all those things have to be part of the competition. One of the things that I would like to see, and I know, for example, entering the competition last year and entering it again next year, is originality. I'm going to push for it. The Bollywood melodies are great. It's just I just feel like, for example, if we want to make better, let's do the original music. For the people that are using the Bollywood, trust me, you guys are making an impact. You're loving it. But at the end of the day, it's whatever you want. It's bringing your best, and if that's what that person's best is, then I want to see it. I don't want anyone to ever stunt their growth because of restrictions or anything like that. Bring your best. Work with the capabilities you have. Look at perfect example. Right now, you could be inside of a radio station that plays on the TV in the car and stuff like that with a big board in front of you and everything like that. You use what you use in front of you to still get your message out to everyone and give everyone. Who knows? We might have never heard from GI if you didn't have an opportunity, because how many other people have that platform that allow us to talk to the king and hear what he has to say?
And this is one of the things that I love what I do in regards to that. Yeah, you get some hate and this and that, the next thing, but we brought the king, we brought the queen, first queen ever. We brought Master Salim in second place. We brought one of the third place guys, and this is all on the cuff. This was all on the fly, and due to relationships that we have built and stuff like that. It's great, and we got to hear from them and a different take. It wasn't a setup thing. I know my boy thought that it was. It wasn't that. It's just that once I had put out the message and thing like that, they joined in, and I'm glad that we got to hear everybody's little take and their experience. And those of you all that are locked in, thank you very much for definitely locking into to this, and thank you, Randy, for taking the time. You were supposed to go temple, bro.
Yes,
and spend Valentine's and thing, and it all got sidetracked and stuff like that.
No, Drumsy took care of the part of the Valentine's.
Oh yeah, we forgot my boy Drumsy and thing like that. He was in this as well. So but all in all, 24 artists did a phenomenal job. You understand? They invested in themselves. They portrayed themselves. To me, CSM is a platform to showcase you. You always have these different front runners and all of these kind of things like that and whatnot. But as an artist, like for instance, you use the platform to help enhance yourself, to learn, to also gain knowledge, to gain homework assignments. Let's say, right? We could coin the phrase from the current king that you do your homework in regards to what do I got to do next and what do I got to fix and these different things. But it helps put you on these different levels. Look at this young, incredible talent, Cherish. CSM semifinals and CSM finals has taken Cherish to a different level. Prince JP, Damian Sukram, you understand? Definitely Vakadi and Tony Cuts and Vanita, their exposure to CSM, even though everybody's advocating and whatnot, has brought them to a different level. Now, the thing is, what are you going to do now? What comes next? That's the next thing.
Could only imagine 2-3 days you're gonna sulk a little, but then you get right back up, brush yourself off, and like you said, the competition doesn't start in December. It starts pretty much like now.
Yeah, and this is what you can't wait, and a lot of people do think like that. Oh, I'm gonna wait till December and blah blah blah, whatever. We know, and George has said it. He's coming back again next year. The CSM 27. He might expand with different teams and whatever, but if they want, they already know where they got to come in regards to for finals and stuff like that. But work on your song from now. This is what you got to work on your music from now. So Anything else you want to say? Hey,
No,
you know what? I need you to do a little freestyle. Why don't you do a little freestyle for us?
I was just gonna say that catch us on. We are going to be on again during the week because we do have a surprise. So, like I said, so I'll definitely be bringing some friends on as well as we do something during the week. So, yeah, for sure. Well, in terms of the freestyle, I'm gonna prep it. I'm gonna prep it and have it for you.
Okay, no. You're doing this now, live. You're doing this live, and here's what you're gonna discuss: the CSM, the king and the queen, and whatever like that. So I know you're very talented.
All right, so let's see. It was like 12 of them were picked, and this is 12 of them was picked, and the results they was licked. They say Guyana was robbed, but let me give you the story now. Vicari told Vanita a place in the top 10, but no matter where they place, the rules will never bend. With two brothers fighting to be placed on the top, I can promise you CSM 27, there will be no stops.
All you guys don't know, man. Bungie Garland. I wish you had your harmonium there because you could have.
Who knows? We can prep it. We'll prep it when we come again. It's fine.
There you go. I wish you had your harmonium there because you. Randy, my brother, thank you once again. Everyone that's locked in, Ting Radio, like the page, subscribe. We're coming back. I'm going to be back on Tuesday. This was not planned. This is definitely was not planned for today. But one of the things I definitely want to say before I go, congratulations, George Singh. Congratulations to George Singh in regards to this pandemic era to bring out Chutney Soca Monarch on a virtual stage to something that you was not experienced in, because the areas that you exceed on is in regards to your production and whatnot, right? And you brought in some other stars, because we have Guyana, we have Canada, with Kai Paulo and Navin Yankaran and a veteran, connector and so forth. New York representative GV got to shine on a different level.
I was just going to tell you, it's 25 artists on the finals, all right? Not 24.
25. No. Now, the other thing, too, New York showed they could do this. You understand? If New York wanted to have a Chutney Soca Monarch or whatever, it can be done and housed out in New York, because the team, you're part of them. You have, with Richard and all of them and stuff like that.
The world is rich, all of those guys, yes.
Yeah, the world is rich and stuff. So the competition can be done out of New York. I had talked to George a couple of years ago about that we were looking to bring it to Jersey and things like that, and it didn't come to fruition. But this is something that could probably happen. There could be a leg.
Time is everything. Remember, in 2011, they tried to incorporate the Guyana leg into CSM as well.
3 people.
Yep, it worked. It worked to an extent, but like I said, there wasn't the time. Now again, look, the Guyanese are on the rise. It'll work again, and it won't stop here.
And speaking of that, the Guyanese on the rise, and you can attest this. This is one of the things that I always say all the time, right? The production has increased. The production level has definitely gone leaps and bounds compared to what it was before. Production was not, the artists in them was not, their stuff wasn't being produced good, in regards to coming out there and whatnot. Avinash, Shakti Strings, Bunty, these guys have elevated the music that comes out of Guyana, and you said it yourself. They've been having Chutney Soca Monarch in Guyana. They have their own thing.
I think they call it Chutney Monarch, but I said, and it's original lyrics, original music.
So they have this Chutney Monarch competition that has been going on in Guyana for it, and if you said last year was one, but for years and years and years and years, and you guys keep saying you're seeing these comments. Guyana should have their own. Guyana should have their own. They do have their own.
Yeah.
You understand? Unfortunately, I wasn't sure that it was still going on. I remember when Harish won and Roger Hines and whatever.
Let's back it up. Vanita may have not queen, could have been deserving, but Vanita was the 2017 Guyana Monarch with the Poa song.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at that. I didn't know that. You see?
She was the 2017 Guyana Monarch with the same song Poa.
This person just wrote, it's amazing how fast with the results. Let me tell you something, sir, madam, whatever it is. Results is always announced on the same night. This is the first time. This is the longest delay in the results. All right? So know your information. So it's not no bias and whatever like that.
Guys, I can't be against Guyanese people. My parents are. I'm Guyanese. I can't be against them. I still want an egg ball. Nobody give me an egg ball though.
You still want to get your egg ball. So you guys got to know. And like I said, people is talking about, Guyanese Rob and this, that, and the next thing. But Guyana is not Rob. We keep saying, this is the problem. There's a whole, there's a big pie. You understand? And you have to have the majority of the pie. And some people was missing pieces of the pie.
I don't know, I'm gonna say something. I can't speak for the audience. Again, I was on the audience side, but being a person that has been part of competitions, including CSM, the semifinal leg of it as well. When you go into a competition, you have to go into a competition giving your all, giving 100, but still be open that hey, it may not be your day. And I think on an audience perspective, yes, they're open to their opinion. I will, I support them to make their opinion. Don't make it a division thing, but make it, express your opinion so that there might be someone that in Trinidad or in Guyana or even in any part of the world that may want to be like, hey, I see these people are invested in the product now. I want to take a stand and make the product better. You never know, but this is what the opinions are for. But if, for example, creating the vision is not, like I said, it's always been around, but we're trying to take a stand to bring everyone together. Someone said that the woman judge was biased, but
But that was semifinals.
Yeah,
that has nothing to do with now. And this is what you guys are saying that or whatever, but that was before. Has nothing to do with now because everything is reset. 5 judges, 2 more judges was added to the panel, and once again, did people come out and vote? We got to get that information from George in regards to how many people voted and stuff like that. And if GI said here that he got 60% of the votes, Guyana didn't vote. The country did not support their artists.
I mean, like I said, I've seen a lot of ones where they did send it. So like I said, it's just it's a majority of what you're doing. But at the end of the day, like I said, everyone did a great job. I commend everybody, and I'm hoping that everyone is going to do bigger and better things as well. And I'm throwing myself in that mix, so definitely know. And exactly what Gi said, I'm not even aiming for Stinky this time. I'm aiming straight for him.
Well, and that's the man you got to go for, bro.
I'm aiming straight for him.
That's the man you got to go for. All right, Randy. So here's what I think Thursday we're doing the release, right?
But I think so. No, Tuesday.
Tomorrow, after tomorrow.
We'll discuss it afterwards. We'll see.
Okay. So here's what. Look out for Randy. I got some other artists scheduled for this week and stuff like that. To those of them who did not make it, I thank you guys for your contribution for this year, for 2021. We have some good music to go. I wish you guys all the best. A competition doesn't make anyone. All right? A competition does not make your career. A competition does not end your career. Only you control that destiny, and only your fans in them is the one that help keep pushing you forward. Perfect example, Terry Godraj, 27 to 30 years in the business. Ricky Jai, 27 to 30 years in the business. Randy Reckless comes out every year. You've been in this for about, 8 years now? We've known each other about maybe 8, 9
About
years.
8 years. We've been doing it before, but like I said, CSM was only the first time last year. But you've seen how many places we've gone. We've gone all around the world.
And I keep saying, I wish I should have said it when we had all these people that was on. The man played Tassa for Obama, Barack. He played Tassa in the White House. He took our culture to that level, And Randy is a gifted songwriter as well as Master Salim and stuff like that. These are guys, Ricky Jai, you guys do a lot of work on the back end with a lot of different artists in them and stuff like that. So you want a song, reach out to them. We have people and stuff like that could definitely
And that's one of the biggest things moving forward is that it's just pushing everyone. Like I said, if anybody ever needs anything, you guys can reach out. Like I said, we'll post it up. We'll be on during the week as well, so we'll have a little more stuff on the screen and stuff. But like I said, it's about pushing everyone. Now, someone actually asked me to write a whole Valentine's song to Vicari song. I wrote it, and then before I was giving it to him, I was like, yo, don't do that to the song. So I was like, yo, the song is great as it is. Why, don't make a million versions to water it down and make,
Exactly. And now, look, we have something in the works with you and this female phenomenon. Cherish is something that's
Listen, I'm very happy for it, but I already told her the route we're going. We're going the same route she went for CSM. No English wordy.
Ah, there you go. So bringing back our traditional, and this is one of the things that you've been advocating for. We've been talking about this and stuff like that, and we'll go more in depth in regards to it. That you want to bring back traditional music, and this is something that you think. And one of the other things too, to those who are locked in, that I respect and admire about this young man. If you're in different settings, Randy will sing different things. Okay, not because if a song has a budging element or whatever like that, you're not singing it. You will never hear Randy sing, religious element songs.
I think this is one of the things that that also helps, and this is why I have all the respect for, for example, like Rasika. Like if you actually heard her in the middle, you don't know, a lot of people don't understand the Hindi, but she actually made a. How do I say it? She made like a little, like an ad-lib part in there in Hindi yesterday, and if you understood it, you'd be like, wow.
Okay, so tell us, what was that then?
She said something, she's in between, she said something about, for example, she made a mention about the Queen, but she made a mention that was like, years after years, the music has evolved, and like I said, for example, and no, something about royalty and bringing it forward, and that was it. But it was said so much in Hindi, you wouldn't say, but the thing is, like, for example, someone else that came out, like JP, for example, JP made a whole clip for the unity of Guyana and everything.
Yes,
that
big.
was great. That was amazing. And you know what's so funny? It flowed with his song because his song was called "It's Over." Now it doesn't have to mean the relationship's over. He could be pitching the division, the bashing, the separation.
Yes.
It's over. It needs to be over. The crime, it needs to be over. The hate that everyone has for each other needs to be over. At the end of the day, maybe even this virus, it needs to be over.
Definitely. I haven't seen my brother in a long time because of this virus, so,
Yeah.
So here's what. So, Randy, we're going to have Randy later on in the week. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for your time. Guys. Much love. Happy Valentine's. I need Valentine's. Anybody Valentine's you want to send? I want to say happy Valentine's to my wife, Amelia. I love you very much. She's working. She was a trooper last night, but she only got an hour of sleep in regards to us bringing this presentation. So who you want to say happy Valentine's to, Randy?
Let me see. Yeah. My list should be ready by Tuesday.
Ladies, he's single. Call 1-800 find a stud. There you go.
Remember that song? A little bit of Monica in my life.
Just a little. Just a little.
Just a little.
It's only certain parts.
But at the end of the day, this is what it is. Like I said, look, with everything going on in the world, you just got to be thankful just to have you pretty much your life. That's it. Now, over this time, like I said, you've known it. And, being, like I said, there's so many people that have lost their life because of this. Some people that we're never going to get to party and see again. Some people that we never thought we would lose. And we just have to value what we have and just move forward. That's a positive factor.
Now, before we go, one of the things is that I just saw my aunt locked in, and I know you know her. This is Vishan's mom. Happy belated birthday to Vishan, Auntie Vidya, who is the daughter of Sunny Man. And I know you paid homage.
That's the reason why I started in this.
Yes. So you know what? Just give everybody a little briefness about that and your connection there.
Oh well, so my nana, rest in peace to his soul. He actually introduced me to Chutney music. My uncles used to be the frontline singers when Terry used to play guitar and dolak in a band. Songs like all the original Pack Up and Indrawati and all those songs, those are their songs. They chose a family life. Terry chose the frontline life, and we ran with it. Sunny Man himself has been one of my biggest influences. I've never met him, but the first song I ever heard the man sing was actually a classical. It was a Tumri. And since that day, knowing the aspect of Chutney music, of where he went from a harmonium drum to a stage aspect, him, Rupal Girdhari, like I said, those are major influences when it came to that. I was able to transition from taking that to being where we are today, and I never forget that. It's still my first love.
And he was the first winner of Chutney.
He was the first winner. That's even better. So who do you want to follow?
26 years ago.
Who do you want to follow? The winner, the first winner. He's what the contest was all about.
Yeah, he set the road. He set the foundation for that and things like that. And every time Auntie Vidya comes on, I always pay respects to Auntie Vidya and her dad, because he is the reason why that this is where it is. The first time I heard Lotila, I was not a DJ and all this stuff like that, but the first time I heard, damn, this thing is crazy. You understand?
It's not that, like you said, everyone needs to have a goal. my goal is what he exactly exemplified. You can be from any generation. You can be from all these years since you released that song. We're going on maybe almost 30 years. And any generation, from a 2-year-old to a 56-year-old, as soon as they heard Lote La, no matter, rest in peace to him, he's still as alive as ever.
And that's one thing that we ended up talking about yesterday because my brother Powerhouse, large up Kelvin Kassoon, he was playing all the different songs from the 25 years and stuff like that. And he said, and I was part of the Ram Singh era and things like that. I helped with them with Ram Singh and stuff. And he said, to him, Ram Singh is one of the biggest songs ever and whatnot, and will go for generations to come, which is true. Ram Singh is a huge song in regards to that year when it did come out. But I said, bro, Lote La still hits today, 27 years later, like how Ram Singh was back then and stuff like that. So Lote La will go down as one of the iconic songs. Radhika is one of the iconic songs and stuff like that. There is songs in them that CSM has, Basmati, with Uncle Hero and things like that. There is songs that CSM has made iconic and whatnot. And there is some winning songs that not on the radar anymore,
Yeah, well, a win is a win.
A win is a win. So we have 26 monarchs, actually 27. We have a queen.
Yeah.
So we have a queen now, and that ends up going forward and moving ahead. So congratulations there.
It's so funny that now we have a queen, and with everything going on in Trinidad and the women's empowerment and everything like that, it can only bring out so much more females to bring out.
I definitely think it's going to encourage a lot more female. Look, I don't know if you was locked in yesterday, but. And the history of her. Queen Yasmin was on from Canada. And when I said, I said, Queen Yasmin, if you had known that there was a queen competition that you could have entered from Canada, would you have? She's like, without a doubt. And I'm coming next year. Now that the women of them know that this is a viable.
Yeah, but here's the question: is she gonna be part of the Guyana leg or the Trinidad? Because if she's gonna come, I know she's going straight to Canal for Canal. Yeah.
And this is what I was mentioning yesterday. People don't know Queen Yasmin is iconic.
Yep.
She is iconic from the Guyanese community. For Guyana, all the songs in them that she has set in place. So, and as you said, Canal Girl is one of them. The list goes on and on. She lives in Canada.
And last time I checked, I don't think Canada got no canals. So.
Frozen. They're probably frozen canals. But, All right, bro. Let's go. So to everyone, thank you guys very much. Randy, love you, brother.
Love you too.
Be safe. Thank you again. Happy Valentine's to my mom.
My mom got to watch her Indian soap opera, so it's good that you're close enough now.
All right, so, happy Valentine's Day to your mom and your sister and them. Happy Valentine's Day to my mom, to my lovely wife that is working hard, and I'm here goofing around with Randy. Look at that. All right, everyone, thank you again. Much love to each and every one of you. Like the page, subscribe. We're coming back on Tuesday. Definitely. We gone!